Ah, yeah. We're live. I think we're live. We're live. Hell yeah, we are back in action. Woo, it has been too long, YouTube. I am alive and well, despite my lack of content for past whatever time. I am here. I think I forgot to post in one place. Oops. There you go. All posted up in all the places. It is Jerkface McJerkface. I got it. Make a D20 system where you play a fast food employee. I have to serve it up. Where if you get like a critical. Actually, that'd be very funny if you made a fast food employee job where the game. Maybe I'll design that after this for funsies. It actually sounds really hilarious, not gonna lie. Anyway. It's like a bit like buying the Brooklyn Bridge, is what this guy is saying. Now, because I know there's like a 20-second delay or so, it is 7 p.m. Eastern Time, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Monday Night Livestream. I am your host, animefanrk2k, and we are back with the Eden of Grisaia. I am back from Gen Con. I'm back from my trip. Not 100%, but I am here to play some game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Last time we left off.
So, 例えるならブルックリン橋を買うのと同じことだよ。
This jerkface appeared on screen, so let's continue. Closing his eyes as he pressed the phone to his ear, he also spoke in a quiet, languid voice. He appeared entirely disinterested in whether the man on the other end of the line could hear him clearly, or even understand the meaning of his words. It was almost as if he was talking to himself.
ほら、地方からマンハッタンに出てきた田舎者にブルックリン橋を売りつける詐欺師と同じだ。
What?
どうせ買ったところで持って帰ることはできないし、手に入るのはブルックリン橋はあなたのものですと印刷された紙切れと橋の前で撮った写真が1枚だけ。いやー、すごい買い物をしたぞと田舎で自慢でもしようものならお前は大間抜けだと子供にまで笑われる。
What if you actually owned the Brooklyn Bridge?
ねえ、アダム君。君には私がそんな大間抜けに見えるのかい？
Oh, he's talking to the guy.
あんたはさっきから何の話をしている？
Adam's not good with jokes, guy.
おやおや？では逆に聞くが君は何の話をするために電話してきたんだい？
こちらの事情は全て説明したはずだ。
うん、聞いたよ。まぶたが重くなるようなくったらない言い訳を延々と聞かされたさ。
Also wants the full Tartarus, Thanatos system, I mean.
その説明に対するそちらの回答がブルックリン橋なのか？私は明確な回答が欲しいと最初に言ったはずだ。
それは私のセリフだよ、アダム君。まあなんだ。くだらん話をダラダラと聞かされる苦痛が君にも理解できたところでそろそろ本題に入ろう。宣告から君の口から出るくだらなくもクソ長い話を要約すれば、つまりはこういうことだろう。タナトスシステムも風見有事もこちらに渡すつもりはないと。
I mean, you know, when it comes to negotiation with terrorists, essentially 9 times out of 10, you don't want to give them anything, right?
こちらは精一杯の情報をしたつもりだ。それを一方的に破棄したのはそちらだ。
おいおい待ってくれないか。譲歩したのはこちらだよ。タナトスシステムと風見有事、その2つと引き換えにこちらがどれだけの譲歩をしたと思っている？
What's up?
NSA の情報を売るのもやめる。テロリストをアフガニスタンから脱出させるのもやめる。アフリカに武器を密輸するのもやめる。それでも足りないというのはあまりにも強欲じゃないか？
you know.
国家もまた生き物だ。頭では分かっていても手足がうまく動かないこともある。
言い訳にしか聞こえないな。交渉は決裂と考えるべきかな。
そちらが日本に持ち込んだ大々核兵器との交換が条件だと言ったはずだ。
Oh, is that the only thing they care about?
だからまずは有事を返してくれればこちらも兵器 1g と交換すると言ったじゃないか。
あなたがこの国に持ち込んだ大々核の総量は 3g。 こちらはそれら全ての提出を要求する。
Usually only worth a third of that, you know?
それはできない相談だというのは子供でも理解できる話だろう。
It's like over one kid.
考えてもごらんよ。我々の持ち込んだ 3g の大体核を人口密集地で使用すれば万人単位の被害が出るのだよ。
Usually it's worth more than that, or equal to that.
その被害の3分の1もの人々の平和が風見有事たった一人と引き換えだというのだからこれ以上ない破格の条件じゃないか。
Thanatos like, nope.
何が気に入らないのかさっぱり理解できないね。
例えるならこちらの出した拳銃を捨てろという要求に対して弾を3発だけ捨てようという答えでは意味がないということだ。
That's a good point.
警官に銃を捨てろと言われてはいそうですかと銃を捨てるようなやつは最初から銀行強盗などしないよ君。
キリがないな。
だから時間制限を設けたわけだがギリギリになって電話してきたのは君だよ。
They also chose the wrong person, right? Like Adam's a terrible choice. They should have gotten You know what? He's okay, I guess.
もう一度上と相談させてほし
い。いいけどあまり時間はないよ。じゃあまた。
Looks annoyed. Hanging up the phone with a long, deep sigh, Oslo furrowed his brow and ground his back teeth together. Cry, mine. He killed. What is he doing? Quite suddenly, he raised his face and kicked violently at the desk sitting in front of him. The desk slid loudly across the floor, sending the lamp, telephone, and papers on top of it flying.
なんなんだろうな、役人ってやつはどうしてどいつもこいつも使えないんだ。
I mean...
採用試験の項目に使えないやつを採用すべしとでも書いてあるか。雇用機会均等法なんてのはクソだな。
Keeping a wary eye on Oslo as his childish tantrum continued, a man named Travis quietly began picking up the items he had knocked all over the floor. Seemingly displeased by this silent treatment, Oslo glared down at him.
なんだ。言いたいことがあるならはっきりと言いたまえ。
It's a weird scene right now, I'm gonna tell you that.
いえ、何も。
Gathering together the papers he picked up, Travis began returning them to the desk one by one. Oslo watched in silence for a moment and let out another little sigh.
私も人のことは言えんか。
Sometimes you have to employ someone even when you know they're no good. It's just the way things work. But of course, there was one important difference between working for the government and working for Heath Oslo. In the public sector, failing miserably almost never costs you your life. But working for Oslo, even minor failures often led to a premature death. Only the competent would survive. That was the nature of the system. When you looked at it that way, Travis had managed to serve as his subordinate for a full 8 years by now. In other words, the man hadn't made any serious mistakes in that time, so he couldn't be completely worthless. But in reality, he was just a slippery, opportunistic weasel with a knack for saving his own skin.
ユージはどうしている？
Also, I regained his composure and his tone of voice was quiet and calm, but it took a moment for Travis to understand his question.
テュポーンですか？今は自傷行動も落ち着いて自室で待機させてますが、呼びますか？
いや、落ち着いているのなら寝かせておけばいいさ。それよりも計画の方が先だろう。大体閣の設置準備は進んでいるのか？
Oh, is that the fake Yuji?
都内に2カ所。ポイント1の方は内部工作員によって設置済み。ポイント2に関しては現在潜入工作員によって高効率破壊箇所の選定中です。決定次第設置にかかります。
So he probably can't even give the nuclear material over.
遅すぎるな。特にポイント2は真っ先に爆破するポイントだ。いつまでに設置が終わる
？9時間以内には。
Oh, snap.
では12時間あげよう。無駄に焦って失敗しないようにね。
わかりました。
So I'm assuming this is gonna happen around the time that the rescuing is gonna happen.
あとは向こうがどう出てくるか。まあ素直に風見雄二を差し出してくるような真似もできんだろうし、反計画的な強奪を示唆してくるパターンに落ち着くかな。
おそらくは。
From a political perspective, there was no way the government could cut a deal with a group of terrorists. However, sticking stubbornly to their public stances would leave no room for negotiation. So in the end, it all came down to saving face. In order to avoid besmirching the good name of their nation, they would essentially turn a blind eye to certain losses. It wasn't possible to officially yield to a terrorist's demands. If they quietly allowed something to be stolen, they hadn't technically paid the ransom.
次に彼からかかってくる電話では風見雄二の移送計画の時間と場所を知らせてくるだろうね。
Oh man, that's gonna be quite the moment then.
時間と場所は教えてやるが絶対に奪いに来るなよってね。上から何も知らされていない移送班の連中には悪いが、現場に証拠を残すわけにもいかん。皆殺しにしよう。上との話がついている以上は向こうも惜しげのない人員を選んでくる程度の知恵は回るだろうが、現場では多少の抵抗もあるだろう。そのための対抗武力を用意しておきたまえ。
こちらは4名の武装工作員を手配してあります。
Only 4? Uh-oh.
蛍光武装は
E クラスです。
それではダメだ。 E クラスなら最低でも8名、自動小銃を装備した C クラスを4名、拳銃武装の E クラスを4名にバックアップ4名が理想
Oh my
だ。
god, if Heath also had all that?
戦闘ってのはさ、圧倒的な火力と人員で速やかにが基本だ。さっさとボールを奪ってタッチダウンといこ
う。わかりませんね。
What?
何がだ？
なぜそこまで風見雄二に固執するんです？
わかれよ。トラビス、お前の兄貴のモノマネ。わかれよ。似てるか？
It sounds like he's the kind of guy who's dead.
わかりません。たかが元工作員一人のためになぜそこまでする必要があるんですか？
他にもっと注力すべき点はいくらでもあるっていうのかい？
The Thanatos system?
私に意見と。プールバーの店長をしていた頃に比べて随分と出世したじゃないか、トラビス。
私はただなぜ風見雄二なのかという疑問を拭いきれないだけです。大改革の一部と引き換えにするだけの価値があるとは思えません。
トラビス、君は本当に何も分かっちゃいないな。
I mean, Heath also just basically works for himself, right?
大体格といえば聞こえはいいが、結局のところは大量殺戮兵器だし、その手の兵器ってやつは性的兵器だ。持っていることに意味がある、使うことには意味がない。
That's true.
強すぎる武器は商売にならない。戦争で死ぬ人間の8割は銃弾で死ぬ。殺し合いの道具ってやつは誰もが欲しがる銃こそがこの世で最も正しい商品だ。
And basically, the person who could pull that trigger is probably more important, right?
よく言うだろう。戦争を始めるのはいつだって悪人だ。だが戦争を長引かせるのはいつも善人だ。善人が何もしなければ戦争はすぐに終わるってね。
I mean, you can't just take a knee when war happens, right?
結局のところ、風見雄二を取り戻せなければ核実験程度のメリットしか生み出せないのが今回の作戦というわけだ。
十分な威力宣伝になると思いますが。
Yeah, but then you have to sell it to people, and that's weird.
言ったろ、強すぎる兵器の宣伝をしたところで金にはならない。むしろ敵を増やすだけだ。派手にやりすぎればアメリカも黙ってはいられない。
Damn you, America.
アダムが我々に対して強く出られない理由を知っているだろう。アダムは所詮アメリカの飼い犬であり、我々はアメリカの敵の敵に武器を売っている。単純に敵の敵は味方というわけでもないが。
Oh, so basically they're looking at it from the standpoint of, well, we're helping the enemies of America. Japan is allied with America. Therefore, if you make threats like this, we can make a transaction with Japan. Because they're...
そいつらに武器を与える奴がいれば勝手に敵が減っていくし、銃にアメリカの指紋はつかない。経済に負担もかからない。わかるか？
素晴らしいことです。
So it's all politics.
だろ？それにアメリカだけじゃない。イギリス、ロシア、フランス、中国、多くの国が我々に感謝しているさ。
I mean, you basically help both sides, right?
あなたが今回目指しているものは、つまり何なのですか？
今回も何も私が目指しているものはずっと昔から変わらない。兵器の強さに上限があるのなら、それを操る人間の強さの方を底上げしようって単純な話さ。戦場で一番売れる兵器とはどんな兵器なのかは理解しているな。
Person?
安価で強力で大量に手に入り頑丈で壊れない、47年式のアブトマットカラシニコバが人気商品です。
そうだね。では同じように訓練も不要で命令には絶対に逆らわない兵士が安価で大量に手に入るとしたらどうなる？
デザインソルジャー計画ですか？
Basically, it's the Clone Wars, right?
その通り。もともとはスポーツの分野で最強のプレイヤーを育成する目的で研究が始まった計画だが、その研究には莫大な金がかかる。そこで軍に打診があり、目的は大きく変わってきた。当時は人間のフィジカルもメンタルも後からいくらでも作り変えることができると考えられていた。だがもっと突き詰めれば遺伝子レベルからの操作が望ましい。そして遺伝子のデザインにもセンスが必要だった。むやみに数値を高く設定すれば最強が生まれてくるというわけじゃない。フィジカルにおいては数値のバランスを取るのは簡単だ。目的を絞ればいい。最強のプロレスラーと最速の水泳選手では求められる数値が違う。
That's true. Different muscles are involved usually.
何をやらせてもそれなりの数値を出そうと思えば多くの無駄を含む結果になるが、それは仕方のないことだ。重要なのは数値を上げすぎないということ。むしろ平凡な方が汎用性は高い。
Is that how it works? Average is better?
しかしメンタルにおいてはバランス取りが実に難しい。何より故障が多い上に一度壊れてしまえば直せない。
I mean, yeah.
風見雄二のように壊れれば壊れた箇所が強くなるように設定するのは本当に難しい。失敗したからといって記憶を消していればいつまで経っても成長しない。私が現場にいた当時、部下を使って実験をしていた頃から数えればもう20年以上研究していることになるが、未だに進歩はしていない。
Okay.
それが風見雄二に固執する理由ですか？
Basically want someone who in the eyes of adversity basically blank and become a perfect killing machine.
まあそういうことになるかな。これまで私も数えきれない兵士を育ててきたが、あれに勝る個体は今もってなお存在しない。
But he became one of the most broken people because of it.
風見雄二の身体能力の複製には成功しています。
Oh, is that what Typhon is?
だからそれだけじゃダメだと説明したばかりじゃないか。身体能力だけならいくらでも上げられるが、2週間で自滅してしまうような兵士を誰が買うんだ？ 対応年数は最低でも2年は欲しい。
これまでの実験で風見勇士と同等の身体能力を付加した試験体は1500体を超えますが、対応試験に合格したのはたった1体のみです。
Oh, and that's Typhon.
それはあくまでも偶然の結果でしかない。たまたまできたものは商品とは言えない。
Yeah, exactly.
だからこそもう一度風見勇士の遺伝子集合体の完全複製を行う必要がある。
Takes a Kazami Yuji to make a Kazami Yuji.
今度はエクソンはもとよりイントロンに至るまで完全にキャプチャするというわけだ。
そんなことが可能なのですか？
可能かどうかはやってみなければわからないさ。けどね、この手の研究は軍事の分野ではもう70年以上研究されている。研究の起源はドイツだという話だね。笑ってしまうことに、当時は兵器として超能力者を作り出そうとしていたらしい。
Sounds like the Ubermensch.
当時の資料によれば、いくつかの限定的な成功例はあるが、やはり数千人に一人の割合でしか成功せず、確たる結果は残せないで終わっている。これまでの失敗
Oh
は
shit, what?
風見勇士と同等の肉体を用意して同じような経験をさせれば同じものが出来上がると思っていたのが原因だ。
Let's see, the records of their experiments suggest they had a few more. Okay. If you can't reliably manufacture something at a certain level of quality, it won't work as a product. I have no idea why when I pressed the button it skipped there. But if you can't make something comparable, why not simply duplicate your one successful prototype? Perfect copy of Kazami Yuji, eh? All of our failures so far stem from one assumption. That producing someone physically identical and putting them through identical experiences would produce an identical result.
ハードウェアのコピーにばかり固執し、ソフトウェアを自作しようとしていたことが間違いだったんだよ。
今度はソフトウェア、つまりは人格や記憶までも複製しようということですか？
Basically, what they're saying is they got people of similar make to Yuji and put them through the same experiences that they put through Yuji. But the problem is that those people break down too quickly on a mental level. But Yuji, for some reason, when he's put through like such traumatic places, while his end result is worse, his performance gets better and better. So that's why it sounds like that's why Heath also wants to get Yuji himself, so they can actually do real cloning in this case, instead of just gene therapy to get similar results to Yuji's physique.
その通り。そしてそれを可能にする技術がタナトスシステムにおけるメンタルコピー技術というわけだ。
Never mind, I lied. They're gonna just copy the brain like they did in the Thanatos system.
もともとタナトスシステムとは人間の脳から記憶や思考パターンを電気信号として読み出し、反生体脳、つまりはコンピューターに複写する技術の応用でしかない。
So basically, it's just furthering their gene therapy even further to get a closer copy of Yuji.
実際に現在稼働しているシステムは風見勇士の姉である風見一樹の脳を複製し、並列に接続した複合頭脳だ。
Now, how does Heath also know who Kazami Kazuki is, huh? That makes no sense.
実験稼働からすでに4年以上が経っている。技術的にはもう完成と言っていいだろう。
Like that makes no sense.
脳の複製には成功しても体は複製できなかったタナトスシステム。そして逆に我々の研究陣は体は複製できても脳は複製できなかった。
その2つの技術が融合すれば。
そういうことだよ。オリジナルの風見勇士を取り戻し、新たにゼロから複製。
So I don't get it.
そして新たに手にしたメンタルコピー技術で脳を複製してしまえば、新たな可能性も見えてくる。
Then this brings the question, what happens to the original if you copy memories of somebody else over, right?
軍事分野だけではないよ。この世に未練を残した生き汚い金持ち老人など世の中にはいくらでもいるしね。
今回のメインスポンサーはそこですか。
なかなか鋭いね。それは今日一番の発言だ。後で症状を書いてあげよう。ママに言って冷蔵庫に貼ってもらうといい。
恐縮です。 ですがまだ問題は残っています。
なんだろう。
事実タナトスシステムは運用されてはいますが、開発指揮責任者である後藤博士は事故で亡くなっています。
A quote-unquote accident, you say?
知ってるよ。彼から技術資料を買い取ろうとしたのは私だからね。
設計した人間が現存しない以上、タナトスシステムを小中にしたところでどうすることも。
某コピー大国では西側の新製品を手に入れたらまずは分解し、ロムの背中をヤスリで削って回路を確認し、複製用の図面を書き起こすところから始めるそうだよ。
タナトスシステムを分解するつもりですか？
なに、同じアーキテクチャを持つ脳が10個もあるんだ。一つや二つは壊しても構わんさ。
Except, Mr. Oslo, you fail to recognize that the Thanatos system actually works because it has those 10 brains.
現物さえあればどうとでもなる。うちの技術陣もそこまで間抜けではないよ。
I mean, let's put it this way. It took 10 brains to recreate Kazuki, okay? Took 10 Kazuki brains to recreate Kazuki. Just
理
saying.
解ができたのなら、風見雄二強奪作戦の増員とそれに対応したプランの練り直しを進めたまえ。
すぐに取り掛かります。
It's a lot more people.
ああ、待て。ついでに、
はい。
いや、いい。忙しい人間に頼むことではなかった。もう言っていいよ。
失礼します。
As the door swung shut, Oslo sank back into his chair, its leather squeaking beneath him. He wanted some coffee and a little chocolate too. Retrieving a small case from his breast pocket, he opened it to find only one piece of chocolate left. Once he ate this, he'd have to get someone to bring him more, and some coffee as well. Just as these thoughts ran through his mind, there was a knock at his door. 2 short raps, like someone about to enter a bathroom. Only one person knocked on that door this casually.
入れ。
コーヒー欲しいんじゃないかと思って。
It's Typhon!
気が利くじゃないか、ユージ。チョコレートは持ってきたかい？
いつものでいいんだよね。
I like how he also has a different VA.
そう、それでいい。さすがは私の息子だ。よくわかっているじゃないか。おや？髪の色を戻してしまったのかい？似合っていたのに。
Oh, snap!
兄と比べられるのがそんなに嫌なのか？
俺には兄なんていない。姉だけだ。
Oh, so it's a copy of Yuji that doesn't recognize Yuji. Yeah, it does sound like Liquid, I guess.
心配ない。その姉も必ず取り戻してあげるよ。
By the way, it's not he even has light hair like Liquid. He has light hair like Kazuki. Get it right.
だから君は何も心配しないで私の言う通りに働けばいい。
That's probably also why if Typhon hates Yuji, this is probably the reason why he undyes his hair from the black. Or purposely dyes it towards to be Kazuki colored.
君に約束した新しい大地はもうすぐ手に入る。
So this is the mistake that somehow survived, huh?
新しい世界の扉。
Kazuki World.
そう。新しい世界の扉は
Or infinite clone
も
that
うすぐ開
or
かれる。
infinite or multi shadow clone jutsu, I don't know. The sedative they administered with his meal had apparently been effective. Kazumi Yuji was still lying quietly in his bed. There had been no movement on the observation room monitors for nearly 4 hours. It almost looked like the man might have died from an overdose, but according to their monitoring systems, his brain activity and body temperature were normal enough. It wasn't uncommon for prisoners to feign death in order to escape their cells. Accordingly, they put certain countermeasures in place. The walls, floors, and ceilings were all padded to prevent any attempts at self-harm. The ceiling was also unusually low, precluding the ability to hang yourself. The bed was a simple, indestructible thing, bolted securely to the floor so that it couldn't even be budged. There wasn't a handle of any kind on the inside of the door. In the toilet, the one object that looked promising was designed to fall apart if you tried to smash yourself against it. When they took measures this thorough, all you could really do was play dead. Sometimes it felt a little absurd that they even bothered installing these security cameras on top of it all.
風見雄二の様子はどうだ？
もうかれこれ4時間近く動きがありません。脳波の測定では浅い眠りを繰り返しているようです。
Probably couldn't stay asleep because he has those same nightmares, right? An hour after he stepped on with the terse, "I'll be back soon," Edelman finally returned. His face showed signs of what looked like fatigue, something that hadn't been true when he left the room.
手の拘束はどうした？外したままにしているのか？
便所のたびに外してやるのが面倒でしたので。
便所に行かせなければいい。
まあクソまみれの男を護送するのは私ではないので、それでも構いませんが。
手足が自由なら筋トレを始めるような男だ。とにかく運動はさせるな。薬の量を増やせ。
やってますよ。もう十分です。
Any more, he'd be dead!
現状でも立って歩くことすらままならない状態ですし、ベッドの上で動かないのも動けないというのが実情でしょう。
It makes it more shocking than the anime. Well, you know, that scene where they show Typhon as Yuji, I disagree with that only because that voice actor tried very hard to sound like Yuji. Like, you can tell it's not, but the way he talked and his intentions are very clearly he's trying to be like Yuji. You know?
油断をするな。風見雄二という男は人間の顔をした悪魔だ。
He's a monster. Wow. No, he isn't. He's a person.
テロリストに育てられ、実戦経験も豊富。体はもちろんのこと、心と頭の出来が違う。極めて高性能な殺戮装置だ。
Person who can't kill without specific things in place, though.
現役時代の風見雄二をご存知なのですか？
直接顔を合わせたことはほとんどないが、ホンジュラスを転戦していた当時、一度だけ私の指揮していた大隊に奴の所属する小隊が支援として配属されたことがある。
Honduras, huh?
奴らの小隊は進軍にあれば前衛に、撤退にあればしんがりに振られる。いわゆる尊猛枠と呼ばれる類だが、
the bush dogs, right?
狼のように鼻が利き、柱のごとくすばしこい。奴らが加わると必ず負け戦になるというジンクスもあったが、それは考え方が逆だ。負け戦だからこそ奴らが来る。そしてそんな正体にあって風見雄二という男はどんな状況にあっても必ず生還した。
Because that was the bush dog creed, man.
大隊に見捨てられ、敵陣地の奥に置き去りにされてなお生還した。放り投げても敵を仕留めて必ず戻ってくる。そこでついたあだ名がブーメランだ。
Oh, really? I didn't know his name was Boomerang.
精神的な安定に書くことを除けば、これほど使い勝手のいい駒はない。
必ず生還ですか？
以前作戦で奴らの正体をおとりにして大規模な撤退戦を行ったことがある。こちらの部隊は62人、敵は800人以上のゲリラで完全に包囲されていたが、我々は尻尾を切り離すようにして大隊本部に合流することができた。密林の中を2週間かけて200キロの撤退だ。その時はさすがに奴らの正体もぐちゃぐちゃにされて、大隊本部までたどり着いたのは風見雄二ただ一人。
Wait, what?
誰もが疲弊し、さっさと母国に帰りたいと、そのことばかりを考えている中で。
I thought, you know, that had Robbie, it had everybody there, didn't it?
奴は一人、缶詰の中身を無理やり口に詰め込むようにして飯を食っていた。うまいとかまずいとか、そんなことはまるで関係ない。死なないために食うという作業にも等しい様子で飯を食い。
I mean, I would recognize the fact that Yuji basically survived because he was ordered to.
口に飯を詰め込んだまま立ち上がると、ライフル弾をかき集め、ナイフを研ぎ始めた。何をする気だと問えば、奴は平然と仲間を迎えに行くと言った。
Oh, he got swapped around. But I think when he was with in Honduras, he was with that unit, his commander. Was it like Jonathan or
た
whatever?
った今地獄から生還し、誰もが集中を切らして座り込む中、奴だけは再び立ち上がる気力を残していた。そして奴は単身で仲間を迎えに戻り、49時間後には負傷者を含めて小隊全員を連れ戻したのだから、 笑えるだろう。
I can understand that Yuji probably did get swapped around at times, though.
正直この男を敵に渡すぐらいなら自軍で処刑してしまいたいぐらいだ。もしこの男の襲撃から合衆国要人を護衛する仕事が私に振られたらと思えば胃が痛くなる。
I mean, that's fair. Adam, at least Adam recognized that Yuji, in many ways, is a monster of a human being, but he's still human. It's not a monster.
こうして見てる分にはひ弱で不愛想なガキにしか見えませんがね。
He's really sarcastic, you know?
そう見えるのも武器の一つだ。
Hey, really?
ヒース・オスロが提唱し実験を続けた幼年兵強化計画の一期生主席、うちでいうところの ET-01、 それがこの男だ。
資料の数字だけを見ると狙撃以外の項目に関しては飛び抜けて優れているわけでもなさそうですが、
それはあくまでも風見雄二が軍に入ってから計測された数字だ。風見雄二がオスロのネストから回収された時、肉体強化剤使用時のデータも同時に回収されたが、
Crazy drugs.
その数値は人間の限界に限りなく近いものだった。
And that's as a child.
100メートルを 9.48 秒で走り、31.25G の重力加速度に耐え、水だけで19日間を生き延び、264時間の不眠に耐える。
It's over 10 days.
静的計測による無呼吸の最長時間は15分48秒、動的なら6分18秒、真空環境下での生存時間は68秒、限界最低体温 13.7 度、体温が24度を下回ると心臓が停止するが自己蘇生可能。
That's like insane.
連続単純労働による集中力持続時間は12時間18分。記憶力は標準的な小説の文庫本で約100冊分。
I like how this, like, the limits of human performance. Meanwhile, people like Kazuki is like, yeah, what up about the mental capabilities, right?
それ以外にも数限りない実験が繰り返されたようだが、その結果のほとんどが評価 S だ。
ブースターを使用しての能力計測は我が軍では評価査定に含みません。体制さえあれば誰でもある程度の記録上昇はあります。ましてや被験者が若年であればあるほどその数値の上昇率は高く計測されますしね。
Probably because it affects them harder, I guess.
だがこの男の粘り強さだけは最高水準だ。軍人にとって最も大事と言っても過言ではない心の強さ。言い換えれば我慢強さというものが半端ではないのだよ。
過大評価ではありませんか？
風見雄二が敵の手に落ちた時に私の言葉の意味がわかる。そしてこれは予言だが、貴様は必ずなぜこんなガキがと後悔するだろう。
Take a child who has nothing. Child who has only known torment. Give him a goal and the means to accomplish it. That was enough to create the perfect soldier. He thought so had taken in a boy with no apparent value. When he realized Kazuma Yuji's real potential, he no doubt clapped his hands with joy. He found himself a loyal, single-minded weapon. What could be more charming than that? I don't know. Charming boy. You know, not a weapon? If this was made in America, Yuji would don a spandex suit and run around the city. I don't know. You're talking about if he was like a comic superhero, right? My eyes were spinning. When I tried to open them, tears ran down my cheeks. The room spun wildly around me, lay still and drew quick, shallow breaths. If I tried to do anything else, I ended up with my face in the toilet, vomiting stomach acid. Hours slipped by before I knew it. When my mind was relatively clear, I focused on exercising my eyeballs. When my thoughts grew muddled, I let myself doze off briefly. And in those periods of light sleep, I dreamed of killing people. The people I killed were often just thugs I passed in the street, not anyone I was deliberately targeting. The reason I killed them was always the same. They tried to harm me or threaten me for no good reason. I responded with lethal force. It was always the same. Ow! I never once grew angry at the way they treated me. They were just in my way. That was all the reason I needed to gouge their eyes, snap their necks, and smash their heads open. After I killed them, I would squat down next to their bodies and reach into their pockets, looking for some kind of identification. That was when I realized that Asuko was standing behind me. She never got angry. She never criticized me. She just looked down at me with sadness in her eyes. The instant I noticed her, a shiver always ran down my spine. All of a sudden, I'd be consumed with guilt and regret. When I did something wrong, it wasn't my father who showed up to scold me. It wasn't my mother either, or my sister. I'd rather have been spotted by the police and thrown into jail than let Asuko see me in this state. As I wrapped my arms around my head and curled up in a ball, Asuko would always speak to me.
また間違えたな。
Aw. I'm sorry, Asuko.
私に謝っても仕方なかろう。まだ治りきらんというのか。お前の病気は。
Sorry.
私がお前に与えた力ってのはな、誰かを傷つけるために与えたわけじゃないと何度も説明したはずだろ。謝って嘆き続けるだけの人生ならお前の母親と同じだ。
Dang, omnipotent Asuko is freaking savage.
そういう悲しい人間のために使う力、私はそれをお前に与えたつもりだったが失敗したか。
I know.
分かっていてもこのざまじゃ意味がないだろうが。
There was nothing I could say to that. Unable to stand or even meet Asuko's gaze, I would cast my eyes downward. That left me staring at the pitiful corpses of my enemy. Maybe this was my real self. Maybe this was just my nature. Couldn't have argued otherwise. Without Asuko, I really was a lost cause. But if I said as much, she'd tell me to stop being such a spoiled brat. Since I knew that, I had no choice but to struggle silently with myself. Even someone like me could do better than this. I might be able to accomplish something. I might find my own way to help people. Asuko was the one who made me believe that.
私だけに何でも押し付けるなよ。私がいなくても何とかやれることはもう自分でも気がついているんだろう。
And then Yuji whined, "But it's so hard!"
事実お前は私がいなくてもアメリカでの研修時代を生き抜いた。違うか？
That's true. He got through training, right? Yeah. I'm not sure exactly when I first started feeling some actual confidence in my own abilities. Might have been in the early days of my first term, back when the caps we'd been issued still had flat brims. By the time we started our second term, pretty much everyone was curving the brims down sharply and polishing the insignia on the crown with steel wool to make themselves look more like veterans. For a while after I enlisted, our training consisted entirely of classroom lectures and physical exercise. Just as I was starting to get sick of the routine, we began our marksmanship training with live ammunition. At first, there was always an instructor looking over our shoulder, quite literally beating the basics of rifle technique into us. America does love its guns, but it isn't like everyone there had actually fired one. So many of the students were holding rifles for the very first time, and some were discouraged to learn that hitting the targets wasn't particularly easy. That wasn't an issue for me, but I had my own problems to deal with. For some reason, I always end up training under the watchful head of Captain Garrett herself. But we slept together and we got over it. Oh man, that was really good. Her bellowed criticisms of the way I handled my rifle were invariably accompanied by a sharp jab to the head from her punishment bar. The punishment bar was her strap-on. Once I managed to correct the flaws of my form, she started finding fault with the look in my eyes instead. Even with a helmet on, the impact of those blows would rattle my brain right through my skull. Just around the time I started wedging a towel in there for a bit of extra cushioning, I remember Captain Garrett saying something rather unexpected.
貴様、本当に射撃だけはうまいな。
Thanks. That day, Captain Garrett had thrown herself down into a folding canvas chair, spent a few minutes watching through a scope as my bullet struck their target. When she finally spoke those words, her tone of voice was surprisingly earnest. To be honest, it was hard to accept that I was talented at this. In All Souls Camp, everyone was expected to be at least this accurate. And when I really started learning how to snipe at Yamanashi, Asuko was my only standard of comparison, so I've been convinced that I wasn't much good at all. Superwoman Asuko over here, where I probably snipe like freaking twirling the gun in the air like a freaking trick shot montage. Yuji.
私はめったにこういうことは言わんのだが
She looks annoyed.
一度は言っておかんと貴様は自分の価値に気づかんだろうから嫌でヘドが出そうだが
And this is why
がないので言っておく
And this is why Yuji slept with Captain Garrett, because she told him he was special in a good way.
貴様のこの才能は合衆国の宝になる 家族のいない貴様のことだ。自分の才能をどう使うべきかなど何も思いつかんだろうから教えてやろう。いいか風見、海兵隊員にとって国民は家族であり国家は父だ。
Alright.
そして同じ飯を食って育った隊員たちはすべて貴様の兄弟だと思え。元宝とは協力してかかれという意味だ。自分が何のために戦うのかわからなくなった時には思い出せ。友を思い、故郷を思い、愛国心で肝が据わったのなら貴様の放った弾は必ず敵に当たる。なんだ、そんな目で私を見るな。言いたいことがあるなら言ってみろ。
It might be presumptuous of me to even state this opinion, but I hope you understand that I mean no disrespect. But America's greatest assets are its hot dogs and soda pop, Captain Garrett.
それこそアメリカの対価だ、バカ者。いいか風見よ、貴様には才能がある。貴様がこれまでどんな生き方をしてきたかなど関係ない。誰も気にせん。だがやれることがあるのならやらないやつはクズだ。だがそのクズという称号を嫌い、そこから這い上がろうとするやつはもうクズではない。
There you go.
そして海兵隊で私の班に配属された以上は必ずクズを卒業させてやる。
Hell yeah. Hope I get out of that hole before my skull's permanently deformed, ma'am.
何か言ったか？
Whoops. Whoops! My painful lesson for that day. Might be right about a lot of things, but just don't know when to stop talking, kid. Oh, but you just don't know when to stop talking, kid. Unfortunately, that's a problem that still plagues me even now. When I became an instructor myself a few months later, things I learned while being poked in my head did prove rather useful. I wouldn't say Captain Garrett's methods were necessarily wrong. I tended to remember the pain she inflicted on me more than vividly the lectures she'd given, so I decided to avoid the use of violence to my own students. My feedback was usually just, not bad, keep it up. Instead of nagging them about every little thing, I gave advice only when it seemed genuinely necessary. At some point, I started to realize that teaching people effectively was less about the methods you chose, and more about your own abilities. If you want to help someone learn a skill, you need to start by mastering it yourself, so you can serve as an example. Simple enough, really. Unsurprisingly, the other instructors weren't too pleased by my lenient approach. They almost never said anything to my face. A few years later, when I happened to run into one of my former pupils, I learned that my merciful methods had earned me some popularity with the trainees. For one thing, they figured out that staying in eyeshot of me during their smoke breaks was a good way to prevent the other instructors from bullying them for no real reason. I wondered why a crowd always seemed to gather in my vicinity when I sat around reading books in the lounge, but now it all made sense. Teaching others can also be a way to get a better picture of yourself. I think it was right about then that I started to develop some actual confidence in my skills. On that mountain in Yamanashi, I dreamed of making myself useful somehow. Now it felt like I was actually making progress toward that goal. But the moment when that vague feeling grew into something more concrete came later, a little after we were deployed into the field as part of our second term. At this point, our useless group of thugs and dropouts wasn't quite as baby-faced as it used to be, and we were starting to feel something like pride in our work. We'd been called trash or worse for most of our lives, but now we had an actual rank. Something that came with certain privileges, like a can of beer with dinner every Saturday. Danny almost always grabbed mine since I didn't drink. Well, that's fair. Seeing corpses on the battlefield still made me nauseous, but I didn't feel particularly anxious about the possibility of my own death. According to the military doctor by the name of Lieutenant J, this was a common form of insanity among young people who have no family or property and haven't lived long enough to accumulate many regrets. It was fairly early in this period of my training when I realized I had changed. At the time, my platoon was lodging in a small village a decent distance from our battalion headquarters. Not to say that we'd set up some fully equipped barracks, we were basically sleeping in a crude hut in the woods. The beds were far from comfortable, and the mosquitoes never left us alone. Some of us got nasty fevers as a result. Whenever we deployed, trucks would take us from HQ to the foot of a forested mountain. From there, we'd trudge our way to the village. One day, Danny and I had been left behind at HQ for some reason I can't recall. We ended up having to march the entire way to the village without the help of a transport truck. As we trudged down a muddy road in the twilight, we came across an old lady and a child of 4 or 5 walking along hand in hand. They probably just finished a day of work on their farm. For no particular reason, I tipped my cap and wished the old lady a good night. With a smile, she replied, "Keep your chin up, soldier." In the next moment, an emotion I couldn't quite identify welled up in my chest. A bit startled by this unfamiliar feeling, I walked along quietly at Danny's side for a time. He was the first to break the silence.
なあ、ショーティーよ。こんなことを言うと、お前は俺の頭がどうかしたんじゃないかと思うかもしれんが。
I miss Danny. Expected Danny to follow this up with one of his idiotic dirty jokes he was constantly telling. So the next words out of his mouth caught me off guard.
俺は今、あのばあさんと子供のためなら死んでもいいと思った。
I would normally tell a dirty joke, but that... Jerking my head up in surprise, I looked over at my friend. Bashfully averted his eyes from my gaze.
そんな顔すんなよ。俺だって自分でも何言ってんだって思うぜ。けどよ、俺みたいなチンピラでも年寄りやガキのために何かができるかもしれねえ。いや、それぐらいしか俺たちに価値はねえんじゃねえかって思ったんだ。そうは言っても今の二人は俺には何の関係もねえ人間だ。正直昔の俺ならババアとガキがおっちのが知ったこっちゃねえで済ませてたかもしれねえ。でもな、今の二人が俺のお袋と妹だったと考えればきっと俺は死に物狂いで戦うだろうし、俺が無関係なババアとガキのために戦えばきっと俺と同じような人間が俺のお袋と妹のために戦ってくれるんじゃねえかって。
Man, it's so sad. You want to just tell Danny, it's like, yo, your little sister looked up to you a lot, guy.
ああ、くそ。うまく言えねえな。
And when it's all said and done, your little sister looked up to you, bro. I think I understand what you're getting at, actually.
そうか。分かってくれたか。さすがは俺の相棒だぜ。
Of course I knew what he meant. I've been thinking the exact same thing myself. There were people who loved that old woman and that kid as much as I love Asuko. So if I had to die fighting for them, I probably wouldn't regret it. Those thoughts had slipped into my mind so easily that it had startled me a little. It almost felt like the final piece of some puzzle had snapped into place inside me. I wasn't naive enough to think that I'd be rewarded in the end. I knew the world wasn't that simple. But if I told myself that this was the reason I was born, to help people in any way I could, it felt like a satisfying answer. Not too long ago, the very idea would have been incomprehensible to me. I'd avoided anything troublesome, assuming the world would change itself to suit me if I ran away from my problems. The more I thought about that, the more ridiculous it all seemed.
おいおい、笑うなよ。俺は今マジで言ったんだぜ。だよ、たく。言うんじゃなかったぜ。
I'm laughing at myself, not you. I was thinking the exact same thing, actually.
Huh?
Pretty hilarious, right? I mean, think about it. It's like, what the hell happened to me?
ちげえねえや。まったくもってこの俺がってやつだぜ。
Hey, Danny. The military is a pretty good place, isn't it? I meant that from the bottom of my heart. We were pieces of trash that society had rejected. The military was a dump where we'd been discarded. We spent most of our time there getting our asses kicked. But in exchange, we started to feel like the things we did had actual meaning. Started to feel like we were actually useful. If we attended normal schools and become normal members of society, maybe that would have happened much earlier. We never had the chance to learn the lessons most people take for granted. But in this moment, we'd finally managed to figure out the sort of people we wanted to be.
おうよ、軍隊はいいぜ。酒もタバコも出るしな。
That's not really what I meant.
あとは女が出れば最高なんだけどな。
Well, whatever. Just be careful about playing around with the local girls, alright? Lieutenant J's got some real horror stories about pus-filled sores. Pus-filled sores.
おい、知ってるか、ショーティ。士官になると特別な女が用意される上に、宿舎も個室で、タバコ吸い放題で、酒も好きに飲めるらしいぞ。
Highly doubted, right? That's not all. Big shots get a room to themselves and an orderly to look after them. They don't have to do their own laundry or fetch their own meals.
いいね。まるで王様じゃねえか。一丁俺も
士官とやらになってみるか。
Good luck with that guy. We didn't go to the training school, so NCO is probably as high as we can go. And either way, I hear it's pretty damn tough to climb that ladder.
おいおい、いきなり出花をくじいてくれるなよ。やる気なくすぜ。
Well, that's a shame. Well, there are ways, but it's not going to be easy. If you got yourself shipped off to Japan with a 2-rank promotion, finished up your term of service there, then headed back to the States, you automatically become an officer. That was how it worked for Asuka, at least.
おい、詳しく教えろよ。
Alright, make it to NCO, I'll tell you what I know.
なんだよ、おい、もったいつけるなよ。
Hey, you have to get there first, okay? Even without Asuka around, I found something like a purpose in the military. After her death, I've been clinging to the words she left me, the emotions I felt in those final moments. Still, it was hard to say how long these things would protect me. If they handed me over to Oslo, I'd probably brainwash and turn back into the killing machine I used to be. I would have preferred death to that. I was tired of asking myself if I'd been born to hurt people. I never wanted to feel that way again. But right now, there wasn't much I could do. And I had to wait for my chance. I was used to waiting patiently, but that didn't make this any less agonizing. Felt as if some shadowy, horrible thing was pursuing me. That was a feeling I knew well by now. Probably wasn't going to go away until the day I finally faced off against Oslo. Whether I won or lost wasn't relevant. I had to stand and fight. That was a price I had to pay.
結論は出たのか?
Hey, Asuka in Yuji's head? What are you talking about?
自分のために戦って自分の生き方の決着をつける決心はついたのかって聞いてんだよ。
Fight for myself, huh? Still not really sure what that means. And as for settling the score, right now, I can't even stand up on my own. I don't have much choice to sit around waiting.
まあ、そう焦るなって。
Wow.
お前さ、一人で何でも解決しようとしてないか？たまには人を頼れよ。生きている人間をな。
But you're in my head, Asuka, because I'm going crazy.
お前にはちゃんと仲間がいるだろう。
Friends, huh?
ちった信じてみちゃどうだ。
Yeah. The more I expect of people, the more I'm disappointed. That's the story of my life.
お前、それダメ。それお前の悪いところ。
What's with the sentence fragments?
裏切られた時のことは裏切られてから考えろ。裏切られるから信じないなんていじめられっ子かよお前。
I mean, he is, right? Well, I kinda was, actually.
そうか、そういやそうだな。あ、どうすっかな。ああ、もううぜえしどうでもいいからバカみたいに信じろよ。お前バカだろ？それでいいんじゃねえか。
Hey, you're an idiot, so believe them. You never change, do you? I don't know where you get off calling me a moron.
利口なやつが海兵隊なんかに入るかよバカ。
True enough. Wow.
他にどうすることもできねえなら信じるしかねえだろ。ダメだったらその時考えろ。男のくせに先のことぐちゃぐちゃ考えて動けなくなってんじゃねえよ。
Fair. You know, isn't this the second time we've had this conversation?
ああ、そうだっけ？
Yeah, you lectured me about the same thing last time you popped up in my dreams.
ああ、そうな。そんなこともあったかな。
You don't have to worry, Asuko. I'm going to be alright. And anyway, you're basically just a character in a dream, telling me the things I want to hear. So I understand that I don't really need you anymore. Done more than enough. Thanks, Asuko.
そっか。それもなんか寂しいな。
It's alright. We'll meet again someday, right?
そっか。じゃあ仕方がねえな。おとなしく帰るか。
Like an adult. When the time comes, I'll see you there.
焦ってこないでいいぞ。ずっと待っててやるから。
Aw. Yeah, I think I'll keep struggling for a while. The next moment, my mind rose up from the muddy depths of that dream. My eyes blinked open. Believe in your friends and bide your time. How much faith could I really put in a plan like that? Try my best, but this believing thing seemed to require more energy than expected. Before I knew it, my eyelids were drooping once more. With no real reason to resist, I yielded to my urge to sleep. Wonder what time it is. So I lay there alone in my cell. That was the most coherent thought I could manage. In that moment, I didn't even have the energy to wonder what Chizuru, JB, and my former classmates were up to. The drugs kicked in, man. It was very nearly midnight, and Tachiban and Chizuru had spent the entire day flying around the country. It had grieved her deeply to see her school's facilities shut down indefinitely as a result of the Sakaki family's circumstances. And so, in an attempt to find a site where she could build a new campus to accommodate the displaced students of Mihama, she visited Gunma, Fukuoka, Okayama, Niigata, and Hyogo. She searched high and low, leaning heavily on her personal and professional connections, but hadn't found anything that seemed particularly promising. In the end, she even left the mainland to visit Asahikawa in Hokkaido, where a plot of agricultural land was supposedly available. There was issues with the condition of the site and the projected construction costs. The sellers hadn't been willing to compromise, so she returned to Tokyo alone with absolutely nothing to show for her efforts. Chizuru had pursued her career as an educator against her father's objections, so she couldn't exactly run home crying for help at this point. She was, to be frank, in a real bind, but right now, she was too fatigued to feel particularly ashamed of the reckless choices she made. By the time she made it back to Shinbashi, it was all she could do to keep dragging her travel bag along behind her. When you've exhausted your mental fortitude, a bag holding your change of clothes can feel heavier than a sack of concrete. That's true. Your mental fortitude can really keep you going for a long time if you wanted to. This was no good. She needs some way to comfort herself and lift her spirits. As a single woman, Chizuru had gotten pretty used to rewarding herself for her own efforts. And while it irked her a little to see herself adapting to solitude, she didn't have any better options at present. A drink at a nice quiet bar should do the trick. Alright then, are there any places around here where a single woman can walk in alone without standing out too much? As the word single woman ran through her mind, Chizuru found herself picturing a certain face. Naturally enough, it was that of Haruda Yuria. Continuing this process of free association, she thought of the yakitori place they visited together a little while ago. Fortunately, she was wearing a suit today, so she'd probably be spared the indignity of getting carted at the door, and this would be her second visit, so the staff might even recognize her.
そうですね。あのお店にしましょう。鳥はいいですよね。何より美味しいです。牛は態度が気に入りません。大して美味しくないくせに値段ばかりが生意気です。
Hey Chizuru! Hey Chizuru! Cow meat's really good when done right. It's just really expensive, I agree with you. It's freaking insane, the price sometimes. Speaking to no one in particular, Chizuru dissed all the bovine done for reasons that seemed remarkably arbitrary. When it came to meat, she always preferred chicken to pork and pork to beef. Oh!
タリータリタリ先生はいつだって元気ですよ。
She was forcing herself. Anyone within earshot of her mumbly little song would probably have realized that much immediately. In combination with her slow gait, slumped shoulders, and the way she was dragging her bag, made for a truly pitiful spectacle.
大将、まだやってる？
へいらっしゃい。4時までやってるよ。
らっしゃっせ。ご注文お決まりでしょうか？
I'm glad that she sounds as enthusiastic as she always did. Like 4 different factions, exactly.
とりあえずビールと4種の串盛りセットとふわふわ卵にお進行くださいな。はい、受けたまわりました。繰り返します。生中お一つ、4種串盛り、ふわふわ卵とお進行を一つずつ。ご注文以上でよろしいでしょうか？
Well, there's no JB here yet. And we didn't go to the girls yet.
はい、お願いします。
Or Thanatos yet, just saying, you know. First of all, the waitress brought out a small plate of boiled daikon slices as an appetizer. Soon enough, it was followed by her draft beer and the vegetables. Nibbling at her pleasantly cool pickles, Chizuru periodically paused to savor a still warm slice of boiled radish. Sometimes, starters like these could reveal a great deal about a restaurant. Concluding that this contrast between coldness and warmth was meant to evoke the fickleness of the human heart. Chizuru nodded at her own wisdom, then proceeded to guzzle down half of her ice-cold beer. That is the face of somebody who is not in her 30s. But she is. For this brief moment, she could put aside her anger and quiet her anxieties. Alcohol filled her mind with kinder thoughts of peace and harmony. Of course, it also tended to make her a bit lonely and sentimental, so she'd been known to drunkenly call up old classmates and such. Oh, drunk Tyler, I see. Which usually resulted in her talking their ear off for hours, much to their chagrin. However, she was now an educator, and that meant she had to set an example. She wasn't about to make a fool of herself if there were any chance a student might catch wind of it. Accordingly, she resolved to drink alone tonight, rather than making a nuisance of herself. Like anyone her age, she learned how to have a few beers without behaving badly. She got too comfortable with this kind of solitude. She was going to feel a little bit of a hypocrite, advising Sakaki Yumiko to be less socially isolated. But surely she deserved a little time to herself every once in a while. Her mouth now thoroughly covered in foam, Chizuru gulped down another big swig of beer. Out of the corner of her eye, she spotted her waitress approaching with a tray. Was it the eggs? The skewers? For a moment, Chizuru's heart fluttered with anticipation. But to her surprise, the waitress had brought her a smartphone instead. Well, I didn't order a smartphone. What's up? What? I mean, like, you know, if I was at a restaurant getting some chicken skewers and like, hey, here's your phone. What? This was fishy. This was, in fact, remarkably fishy. Someone wanted to speak with her. Why didn't they just call her cell phone directly? More importantly, no one even knew Tachibana Chizuru was here. How had they known to call the restaurant? And really, Thanatos? Who is that supposed to be? A corporation, perhaps? As in Thanatos Manufacturing LLC or something. Chizuru tried her best to recall all the businesses and companies she negotiated with over the last few days. She felt quite sure none of them operated under that particular name. It was also peculiar that she half suspected her students from Yohama were playing some sort of elaborate prank on her. Certainly wouldn't have been the first time. Actually, I would not be surprised if that happened. Come to think of it, she'd been focusing almost entirely on the school itself. Feeling a bit guilty about neglecting her pupils under pretense of encouraging their independence, Chizuru reached out and picked up the phone. Sup? Okay, really now, who is Thanatos supposed to be? No matter how many times she thought it over, the name wasn't ringing any bells. His voice didn't seem familiar either.
ごめんなさい、どちら様でしたっけ？
ぶっちゃけ、はじめましてです。
私に何かご用でしょうか？というか、どういった経緯で私がここにいることを？
The fact she meet Robbie, his wife, and Chizuru? Yeah, they arrested JB.
あなたの居場所は失礼ながら携帯電話のリレー局を追跡させていただきました。
Yeah, your phone's dead giveaway.
あなた誰なんです？
今はまだ訳あってタナトスとしか名乗れませんが、あなたにとって私は無名なる善意のものとご理解ください。
Anonymous well-wisher.
なんだかものすごく怪しいですね。
No, I know, right? I know, right? She's like, you know.
では、もっと怪しいお話をしましょう。立花千鶴さん、あなたに美浜学園の新校舎候補地をご提供させていただこうと、こうしてご連絡させていただきました。
Oh, fuck yeah!
美浜の新校舎ですか？
興味はおありですか？
それは、もちろん。
もちろん今すぐ決めろとは言いません。まずは新校舎候補地の見学をされてはいかがでしょう。
It'd be funny if it was right here in this restaurant.
見学ですか？
本日の20時より関係者による新校舎見学会の現地送迎が行われますので、そちらにぜひご参加ください。
Wow.
なんだか全然わからないですし、うさんくささマックスで噛みつく気にもなりませんが、要は遊んでいる土地を美浜のために提供してくれるということですか？
その通りです。まずは現地を見てください。
Oh, is this gonna happen? Something she's gonna meet someone there,
も
right?
ちろん現地までの送迎は当方が担当いたしますし、軽いお食事も出ますので、お気軽にご参加いただければ幸いです。
びっくりするぐらいうさんくさいですね。
この世にうまい話などない。それと絶対や確実という言葉を使う人間は信用するなでしたっけ？
Believe that in IRL too?
あなたのお父様の著書に書かれていた言葉ですね。
Whole snap.
読んだんですか？
ええ、たった今。
I mean, yeah.
そしてお父様は成功者とはチャンスを逃さない人間だとも要書に書かれています。
She's like, I might not agree with my father, but I do love him, and he's a smart guy.
今このタイミングが好機だとは言いませんが、これ以上失うもののない今、乗らない手はないと思いませんか？
Take a chance, make it happen, Chizuru, finger snapping. Oh.
はあ。
There were only two plausible possibilities here. First of all, someone might be trying to kidnap her for financial profit, or to coerce her father into misusing his authority. Secondly, this gift-wrapped offer of a new campus might be a plan her father himself had dreamed up, out of an excess of parental affection. Either way, she'd be imposing a burden on him.
やっぱり怪しすぎますね。
そうですか。残念です。
Well,
今あなたが手にしているその電話は、どうぞそのままお持ちください。現地見学会の詳細をお送りします。
Chizuru did say no!
それをご覧になって気が変わりましたらご参加ください。
この電話くれるんですか？
気持ち悪いようでしたら捨ててください。以上、タナトスでした。
ちょっと
Wait, I just got a phone? What on earth is going on? In the sudden silence, that simple question weighed heavily on Chizuru's mind. At the same time this was happening, everyone's favorite shaggy-headed Ichigaya officer, lounging around their luxurious prison cell for lack of anything better to do, just about experienced something very similar. Ah, yes, JB. Nice house arrest.
こんなに暇なのって何年ぶりかしら。
In retrospect, JB had spent the last few days of her life doing nothing but working. She'd skip meals and sacrifice sleep, laboring day and night for the benefit of her powerful benefactor. In other words, this country. And at some point that started to seem natural. But now that she suddenly had nothing to do, nothing but time on her hands, she didn't know what to do with it. Apart from watching boring TV shows and eating nachos with salsa, it was astonishing really. She even did it in her business suit for the fans.
暇になったらあれをやろう、これをしようっていろいろなことを考えてきたはずなのに。
Go bother Yuji at Mihama Academy, go out drinking with Chizuru, but she's on house arrest.
いざ暇になってみれば、どれから手をつけたものかと、そこから一歩も踏み出せなくなる。
That's the problem with sudden free time. JB had fought long and hard to earn her position as section chief in SIRS. Over the last few days, she's taken a painful look in the mirror, realized that without her work, she's basically an empty shell of a person. Back when she was attending college on the government's dime, she actually considered herself an active, outgoing person. She played lots of tennis, gone on plenty of ski trips, and regularly visited tropical islands on her summer vacations. Of course, outdoor activities were out of the question at the moment. But at the very least, she was perfectly free to work through the piles of books she'd been wanting to read, to catch up on all those movies she'd never gotten a chance to see. I thought she was in her house. And yet, now that she had nothing but free time, she couldn't motivate herself to do anything in particular. There had to be something wrong with her. She's probably destined to be one of those people who grind themselves down to nothing, then keel over dead from a heart attack.
仕事やめちゃおうかな。
She's in a prison? I don't know, it doesn't look like a prison. It was easy enough to say that, but JB knew it wasn't going to happen. At the very least, I don't think it's a prison because of this couch. First of all, the company would never allow it, and even if they did, what would she do with herself afterward? It would be one thing if she had some clear objective, but quitting just because she was sick of her job seemed profoundly irresponsible. Nice, sunny television. Lying sprawled out on the sofa, she stared blankly at her TV's glowing screen. At present, it was displaying soothing footage of some generic tropical paradise. The images remind her of the beautiful beaches of Cuba, a place she once visited in the course of her duties.
南国か。いいな。
She had to admit, the idea of lying on a gorgeous beach in a swimsuit, leisurely wondering what to do with the rest of the day, did seem rather appealing to her. As she watched the footage with half-focused eyes, a bar of text suddenly popped up on the bottom of the screen and began to scroll sideways. Hello, this is Thanatos. Are you doing well? Kasuki. Apologies for interrupting your regularly scheduled programming, but I have important news to share. Presently, the Mihama Women's Corps are carrying out a special Rescue KY campaign to rave reviews. To rave reviews? Hell yeah, this is 10 out of 10 already. Currently procuring a luxury liner to be used as a getaway vehicle. Preparations are proceeding smoothly. Ship was received from the Myanmar Ministry of Transport in Yangon. Will proceed into the Strait of Malacca, past the South China Sea and the Bashi Channel, and finally through the Miyako Strait before sneaking into Tokyo Bay. Accordingly, I'm contacting you through this program's broadcast signal in order to request your assistance with a certain aspect of the plan. Once the campaign is fully underway, I will be in touch with further details. Your cooperation is appreciated. It's like, what? Although she reflexively followed the scrolling text with her eyes, it took a full minute for JB to actually process the meaning of what she just read. And when it finally hit her, a half-eaten nacho tumbled out of her gaping mouth. Naturally, JB knew the name Thanatos. She knew it referred to the professor in the basement. And she also knew that this Thanatos was directly responsible for the orders that had led to her present confinement. Had all of that somehow been part of this plan? Actually, you know, that does make a lot of sense. That Thanatos will lock up JB because she didn't want her snooping too much to potentially ruin the plan if she found out anything about it, right? All of a sudden, JB's mind was full of confusion and doubt. There was no answer forthcoming, and the night wore steadily on, enveloping the fears and hopes of many in unfathomable darkness. Yo, is that 8-6? Yes! It's 8-6! It's my birthday! Long last, the day of the decisive battle had dawned. The time was 6:30 a.m. Music. Nice. After a night of sound, indulgent sleeping, Michiru woke up to the smell of miso soup wafting gently through the air. When she peered out the window through half-open eyes, she saw Makina standing at attention with her fists pressed to her thighs, looking up at a big catch banner that was flying from the prow of the boat. Sachi was standing some distance behind her by a long table with a white tablecloth, held small cups of water. She apparently set up a traditional departure for battle ceremony. Of course, today was the day, wasn't it? They were finally going to carry out the operation. Still rather dazed, Michiru looked around her, trying to help her sluggish mind make sense of things. Her eyes found Yumiko already sitting in front of her PC, carefully monitoring every new development. Amane was still a little further in the aft. Her back was turned, but it looked like she was busy making breakfast. Last night, Michiru had seen her desanding some shijimi clams Sachi had harvested. Oh, desanding. Those would probably be on the menu this morning. Aw man, guess I'm the last one up again. Sitting up in her cot with her sleeping bag still wrapped around her, she gazed drowsily at her friends for a moment, then reluctantly began to emerge from her cocoon.
Chiru-chiru, ohayo nano yo sa. Okita? Ohayo.
No weird eyes this time. Hey, remember one of these girls in the main characters? Yo, remember when Kazami Yuji was the main character? Ah!
今日は決戦の朝なのよ。しっかりしろし。顔洗っておいで。
Noa!
はーい、朝ごはんの用意できたよ。運ぶの手伝って。
As she transferred the freshly cooked rice from their iron pot to the serving container, Amane called out loudly to the others. Granted, I guess, you know, even though Yuji is a main character, I wouldn't want it to be like, let's hang out with Yuji. Depressed, sleep, depressed, sleep, depressed, sleep, Asuko hallucination, sleep, depressed, sleep, Asuko hallucination. Okay, we're day. Serious Jojo faces once operation started. As she transferred the freshly cooked rice from their iron pot to a serving container, Amane called out loudly to the others. Responding with alacrity, Makina and Sachi proceed to carry the main dishes, sides, and miso soup to the boat's dining table. As he works, Yumiko is filling everyone's individual bowls with rice from the serving container. And once Michiru returned from washing her face, she headed over to the kitchen area to help Amina rinse and clean the things she used while cooking. They've only been living on this boat together for a little while, but without even realizing it, they divided up these daily tasks between them. Eventually, once everyone had gathered around the table, a cheerful "Shall we eat?" from Sachi marked the beginning of the meal. Ikimasu ka? That or the simultaneous iced tea drinking? Simultaneous like bowl of rice eating. It wasn't like they bought into Amina's stance on raising her blood sugar level slowly. For some reason, everyone started off by reaching for the salad. As they began to eat, Yumiko looked around the table and cleared her throat.
食べながらでいいから、今後の各自の実動割を確認しておきましょう。
Let's do it!
まずはイリスさんね。チャートは持った？
さっきユミちゃんがプリントしてくれたやつな。ちゃんと持ってんのよ。
Chart!
本日午前8時作戦行動開始。自転車のリアカーに狙撃機材を乗せて自走にて狙撃地点へ移動。狙撃地点であるホテルザ・ウィッツモールトンへ向かい、到着後に機材を室内に搬入設置。すべての準備が終わったら自転車からリアカーを外して身軽な状態で狙撃着弾点及び周辺環境の調査を実施。狙撃の準備を進める。
A lot of stuff Makina has to do as a sniper.
17時までにはホテルに戻り指示を待つ。そんな感じ？
そういうこと。ホテルの部屋は51階のスイートをもうネットで予約してあるわ。あなたのお母様の名前で。
So if you fuck up, guess who's gonna get the blame?
なんでお母さんの名前にした？
面倒なことの後始末は全部あなたのお母様になすりつけてしまおうかと思って。
I was right!
ほら、あなたのお母様、今は何かとスキャンダルに敏感だし、現場にいろいろな証拠が残っていても、イリスの名前が表に出ることを嫌えば、勝手に裏からもみ消してくれるかなって。
Makina like just goes, alright, I'm gonna leave the sniper, I'm gonna fucking shoot the shit place up, I'm gonna fucking throw a grenade in there as I leave. Oh, wasn't there smoke in that hotel? The Iris denied any claim of it.
ついでに関係各省からのいろいろな追及とか、追加で請求されるであろう莫大な賠償金も、全部あなたのお母様にドバッと引っかぶっていただこうかと。
Fuck yeah. Yumiko, you just went up like 5 notches in like the in the waifu tier list right here.
やるな、ユミちゃん。俺、お前のそういうねちっこくて陰湿なやり口、嫌いじゃねえのよ。いいぞ、面白くなってきた。
Makina is like freaking lighting up the fucking bed in there.
陰湿云々のくだりは引っかかるけれど、まあいいわ。
That was a good idea.
次は小峰さん。
はい。
強襲突撃要員である小峰さんは、まずは突撃装具の点検。補充不足があれば追加を用意。荷物が多くなるようであれば、エゾシマリス作戦で対応すること。
Project Chipmunk。
わかりました。後ほどホームセンターでプラスチックコンテナと物資を購入しておきます。
Time for smoke grenades。
それが終わったら、事前に現場を入念に下見しておいて。おそらくは想定外の事態も起きると思うから、刻々と変化する状況に即時対応可能な体制のまま、指定場所で18時まで待機。
了解です。
スオーさんと松島さんは、まずはタナトスさんが用意してくれた逃走用車両の受け取りに行ってきて。場所は分かってる？
うん。板橋のショッピングセンターの立体駐車場5階の12番に置いてあるんだよね。場所は地図で確認してあるよ。
Man, look at all this preparation.
ねえ、やっぱ私どうしても車に乗らなきゃダメ。なんかもうすっかりトラウマで、車に乗れって言われただけで膝がガクガクするし、ドロッとした汗が全身からダラダラ吹き出してくるんだけど。
What? Come on, Michiru, you'll be fine. What's the worst that gonna happen?
大丈夫だって。ほら、この前だってちゃんと安全運転してたじゃん。ミラー畳んだまま走ってるおばちゃん車よりずっと安全だってば。
Yo, that annoys me when people
そ
do
れ
that.
に松島さんにはタナトスさんが偽の申請書を発行して手配した風見雄二の個人装備を3桁ナンバーの工作員から受け取る仕事があるのよ。
Sponsors issue a false form to use personal equipment. Oh, okay.
それって私じゃないとダメな仕事。
Michiru actually is the best for that kind of thing, right?
そうね。なぜだか知らないけど、対面交渉的な顔を合わせての取引ってなると、あなたにやらせた方がうまくいくのよね。
No one suspects the Michiru.
やっぱりパッと見のバカっぽい顔の印象と、会話を始めて10秒でわかる気の毒なほどのアホっぷりが交渉相手の心にゆとりを生むのかしら。
Oh yeah, like her trade, right? In the shop.
まあとにかく車と風見くんの装備を受け取ったら、その後2人は合流して18時の作戦開始まで指定の場所で車内待機。わかったわよ。まあ大体のことはチャートに書いてあるから、その通りに行動すればきっとうまくいくわ。それでボッチさんは？
ボッチさん、wow.
ボッチ言うな。私はこの船に残って作戦の総指揮をします。作戦の進行状況はタナトスシステムを経由してほぼリアルタイムで観測可能だし、状況に応じて逐一私から指示が出るから。
Oh, whoops. Any other game, Michiru will be a Persona protagonist? No, she'd be the dumb best friend. She'd be the Yusuke or the Ryuji. Or, I guess the Yukari in 3, kind of. Oh no, she'd be the Junpei in that one as well. Yeah, Junpei. I forgot Junpei existed for a second. Apologies, it's been a while since I played Persona 3. And my favorite guy in that one is someone else.
タナトスフォンの電源は切らないように。
Alright.
もし私との通信が途絶するような事態になったとしても、ここへは戻ってこないこと。
If I die, it's over, guys. That's the end. I'm gone.
今日この後、午前8時の作戦開始と同時に、この船は移動を開始します。ここへ来ても私も船も存在しないので、そのつもりで。
She'd be the fool!
船の操縦はどうするの？タナトスさんが操縦してくれるわ。そのための衛星ナビシステムなんだし。
Oh wow. Pretty high tech.
私はこの船で指揮を出しつつ移動して所定の場所で待機。風見くんを奪還したあなたたちと合流して回収。あとはそのまま水上を逃走って形になるわ。うん、分かった。みんなも自分のやることは分かった？
It's pretty big operation, huh?
はい。
Alright. Come on, Michiru, more.
あんまねご飯おかわりちょうだい。お茶碗半分で。
Oh.
あんよ。こんぐらい？
あんがとう。
マキちゃん、おじゃこあるよ。おじゃこ。
おじゃこ。
あ、いいな。私もそれ欲しい。ご飯おかわり。あと生卵も。
本当に分かってるのかしら。榊さんは？だからご飯のおかわり。真っ白いご飯におじゃこさん。おいしいおすえ。いただきます。
おっと、タナトスさんかな。
Hey, we're eating breakfast here.
おはようございます。タナトスです。
This is my theme song.
おはよう、チャーリー。
What?
誰がチャーリーよ。
あれ？ジムの方？フェルペス君？
What?
それを言うならフェルプスでしょ。まあいいわ。和やかな朝食中に失礼かとも思ったのだけれど、榊由美子が大切なことを伝え忘れているようだから、あえてインタラプトさせてもらいます。
Sub, the location?
あ あ、そっか。
これからの作戦行動は各自別行動となります。各実動においては電話で通信を行うわけですが、それに伴い各自のコールサインを決めてください。
Oh, they're gonna get like.
コールサイン
Oh, yeah, I know.
要は限定された範囲でのみ通用する別名のことよ。
Go play Persona 5, even though it didn't come out when this game came out.
でもタナトス号なら通信は傍受されないんじゃないの？
Yeah, but you still using your real names?
その通り。でも電話を使用するときは喋るでしょ。声に出す以上はどこで誰に聞かれるかわからないし、うかつにも音声をマイクで拾われてしまえば筒抜けです。
Guys, I heard the word. I'm on it.
というわけで本日午前8時の作戦開始と同時に各自は決められた呼び出し名称を使うこと。
Maidel. Everyone goes, is that Sachi?
ほほう。コールサインというとマーベリックとかグースとかそんなやつな。
Please don't play name Maverick or Goose, guys.
名前の付け方に特別なルールはないけれど、フォネティックコードと誤認しやすい名前は避けること。各自が当人を認識しやすい名前にしておくといいわ。あまり突飛な名前をつけると、これ誰だっけってなるから。
Alright. So this is the call signs, okay? Michiru is Kimpatsu, which means blonde. Amane is Oppai for boobs. Sakagi Yumiko is Bochi for loner. Sachi is Maidel. And Makina is Lolly. Done.
ほんま、わかりやすい名前か。ほんじゃ、チルチルはうざツンデレか？
Wow!
ちょっと何よそれ。長くて呼びにくいじゃないのよ。つか私うざくないし。
Just say Tsundere then.
じゃあ、短くしてうざデレ？
Uzadere?
さらに短く UT とするのはどうか？
What?
私が UT ならあんたは福田抜きね。たぬき顔だし、なんかおめでたい顔してるし。
Tanuki?
のーい、福田の木か。まあいい。確かに私は福田の木。
Well,
そのおめ、甘んじて受け入れよう。
I got everything wrong so far.
それじゃあ私はクソメイドという。
Kuso maid! Just Maidel! Or Kuso? I don't know.
自虐かさっちん。
メイド道とは死ぬまで続く修行の道。何年経とうが永遠に未熟者という自戒を忘れないためだよ。
まあ本人がそれでいいって言うならいいけどさ。
I was half right with Sachi's.
私は
Oppai.
あまねはビッチでいい、ね。
ビッチ
そのまんまだし、これ以上わかりやすいのはねえのよ。
Oh, she got bitched.
待って、その流れでいくと私は
Bochi!
ぼっち。
やっぱり予想通りすぎてヘドが出そう。
I got like 1.5 then.
でもさ、ビッチとボッチって電話で聞き取るとき紛らわしくない？では無駄ビッチとエバーボッチでどうでしょう？
Ever Bochi!
エヴァーはいいや。お願いだからエヴァーはやめて。
面倒だからやっぱビッチとボッチでいいじゃん。美浜ビッチボッチって言うとなんか若手のお笑いコンビみたいで生かすのよさ。
まあ私はどっちでもいいけどさ。
At this stage, life and death are a matter of At this stage, our nicknames are a matter of weird circumstance. When we pray to the heavens for survival, we leave ourselves in the hands of fate. And we pray for better nicknames to our machina, we leave ourselves to the worst hand dealt. I chose instead to empty my mind and charge toward my end. Chosen death, not a fated one. Should I fall in pursuit of a noble purpose, I shall perish without regrets. Irisu Machina. As the fated hour of 8 a.m. drew near, the public reading of Machina's traditional death poem concluded, Sachi proceeded to push Yumiko up onto the wooden box that served as their platform.
Mic test.
Mic test. Yeah, I won a $5 gift card for Starbucks. Hell yeah, I could buy like half a Frappuccino.
それでは間もなく作戦開始時間となりますが、各員出陣の前に期
一司令たる榊参謀司令長官のありがたいお言葉を賜りたく存じます。
Dang, she got a rank up.
ではどうぞ。
いや、急にそんなことを言われても。
聞くだけでみるみる戦意が高揚する魔法のお言葉をお願いします。
You know, her nickname might have been better as like General or something. Chosa, maybe? Yumiko was severely tempted to explain that magic of that sort was generally referred to as brainwashing. As she looked around at the faces of her comrades, she realized that this might be her final chance to express her gratitude to them. As that thought began to sink in, she could feel her hand growing sweaty on the hand of the megaphone Sachi had given her.
ただいまご紹介に預かりました。
Oh! Oh, snap!
ここにお集まりの皆様は、容易ならざる困難に対し、座して待つことを良しとしなかった方たちです。そのことに関して、皆様には感謝の言葉もございません。
Oh.
果たして、私たちの進む先に巧妙があるとも断じきれない中、己が可能性を信じて立ち上がった皆さんの勇気に、微力なれども良い結果を残したいと私は考えております。はっきりと申しましょう。私たちの進む道は戦場につながっています。賛美を極め、多くの困難が待ち受けるであろう戦場で、この私に一体何ができるのかと、そんな風に応納しない日はありませんでした。ことここに至り、私は一人の指揮官として各員の熱意をあたら無駄に散らせることなく、自分たちの行いに大義を見出さんとするよう努力する所存であります。やがては完遂されるであろう大義に燃える皆さんに少しでも明るい道先を示すのが私の仕事であり、人生を圧し犠牲を顧みぬ戦場へ皆さんを送り込んだ私の責務であります。どうか今一度志を共に私にお力をお貸しください。
Drawing remarks to the conclusion, Yumiko bowed her head to her audience. How do I hide the thing? Is this spacebar? Yeah, it's spacebar. Look at that! Oh my god! Look at this! Yumiko's like, we're going to battle! She even gave a speech that wasn't terrible. The locals are probably like, man, what kind of game are they playing? League of Legends? It started sounding a bit like an election speech by the end there. But as an off-the-cuff performance went, she wanted to believe she'd done a fairly good job.
ねえ、なんか難しい言葉ばっかりでよくわかんなかったんだけど、結局何が言いたいの？
Thanks, Michiru.
うん？
Just do your best, right?
要はこれからますますひどいことになるし、下手すりゃ死んじまうかもしれないけど、ここに集まったからにはおめえらの自己責任だから、作戦や指揮に問題があっても文句言うなよってこと。違う。どの国の軍にあっても召喚の口にする訓示とはそういうものです。
まあ身内に明確な矛先があった方が組織は動かしやすいって言うしね。
Wow.
分かったわよ。そうやって私をいじめておけばいいじゃない。
Oh, she's pouting. No matter how small your organization might be, you always need someone for everyone else to resent. She figured that much out by now. Eventually, the clock struck 8, and the time for fun and games had officially come to a close. Boom! For exchanging a ceremonial drink of water, the Yama Women's Corps departed for their various posts.
みんな、最後のお弁当を詰めたから、一人一つずつ持ってって。
Hell yeah. Rations.
弁当最高！おかずは
何？マキナのリクエスト通り、海苔巻きとサイダーだよ。
Hell yeah.
は！なんか組み合わせおかしくない？なんで海苔巻きとサイダーなの？海軍の航空糧食といえば海苔巻きとサイダーなのよ。
Oh, it is? Many years ago, fighter pilots apparently ate norimaki for most of their in-flight meals, so compact rolls were easy to hold with a single gloved hand. Also, battleships typically had quite a few carbon dioxide fire extinguishers lying around. So simple cider easily made from sugar and CO2 was a popular beverage among Navy personnel. A W-22 era planes lacked sophisticated radar equipment, much less convenient GPS navigation. Navigating on long flights was therefore a tiresome task, and mid-flight meals played a crucial role in keeping the pilots energized and focused on their mission. Perhaps Machina felt some connection to these historical events. Perhaps she just had a hankering for sushi. Either way, everyone took their lunches and headed for their posts. Some had more to lose than others. Some were anxious while others were excited. But as they left their base behind, they held the same lunches to their chest, the same determination in their hearts. Ooh, it's gonna get cereal. Cereal. 2 hours after 8. Ooh. This is a nice song. The Ritz-Carlton Hotel, Tokyo. Just so happened that Machina had stayed at one of these hotels before, although it hadn't been this particular location. Back when her father was still alive, her family usually spent their summers on the beaches of Miami, and during those trips they always stayed at the local Ritz-Carlton. From what she remembered of that hotel, it had been notable for its unnervingly well-trained employees, whose remarkable attention to detail meant that all the little things you take for granted were always handled perfectly. Bringing her bicycle to a halt on the sidewalk outside, Machina detached her trailer that held her bags and towed it loudly across the lobby. As she approached the front desk, she reached deep inside herself to call forth an innate talent that supposedly been passed down through the Irisu bloodline for generations. Namely, the ability to profoundly irritate people for no good reason at all. The condescending, blatantly insincere smile of the sort that had become an Irisu trademark, she called out to the man standing behind the gleaming counter.
Yeah, ごきげんよう。
Uh-oh.
スイーツを予約したイリスだが、部屋の用意はできているかね?
The receptionist found himself faced with a little girl whose round face somewhat resembled that of a cartoon chipmunk. She wasn't wearing or carrying anything that looked particularly expensive. In fact, her outfit looked like something you could buy from a cheap boutique of the kind typically found in large malls. In this particular hotel lobby, she stood out like a sore thumb. When you combine all that with the fact that she barged up to the desk and demanded her room in an exceptionally haughty tone, well, 8 out of 10 people would have reacted the way the receptionist did.
どなたか保護者の方は?
あ？私を誰だと思っている？イリス・キヨカだぞ。こう見えても今年で38だぞ。
You know, I think this only works because Machina's mother does have a very young-looking face too, right?
それとも何か？ガキみたいなやつは客じゃないとでも言うつもりか？おいおいおいおい、嘘だろ。天下のウィッツがまさかの人種差別か。
The hell is this woman going on about? In the lobby where important people from many different countries regularly came and went, Machina was shouting out insults and accusations with all the vigor of someone trying to provoke an international incident. Understandably enough, the receptionist's face went deathly pale.
申し訳ございません、お客様。どうかお気を沈めてください。
なんだと？このイリス・キヨカに大声を出させてるのは誰だ？
私でございます。申し訳ありません。
It'd be funny if Kyoko was in this hotel too. This only works because the adults in this world are idiots. I'm gonna tell you this right now, okay? When I went to Japan and stayed at the Shinjuku Hotel in Shinjuku, Tokyo, the moment I walked in, they knew. The moment I walked in, they were like, "Oh, welcome, Mr. Anime." They knew my name, like right there, right then and there. Like as soon as I walked in, spoke perfect English to me too, because they knew I spoke English. So, you know, you might say, "Oh, the world of adults is idiots," but at the same time, this was me like 20 years old, and yeah, if the higher class hotel you stay at, if you make a reservation and stuff for like a big thing, and you say you're that person, 9 times out of 10 they're like, "Oh, okay, you're that person."
すぐに謝るぐらいなら最初から喧嘩を売るな。
Scowling furiously, Machina shoved her hand in her pocket and retrieved several neatly banded bundles of brand new banknotes. She proceeded to slap down rudely on the counter in front of her.
ほれ、支払いは現金だ。多めに払ってやるから余った金でマナースクールにでも通え、クズが。
This is funny though.
仕事をしろ、クビにするぞ。なめんな、清くなめんな、このビッチグソ野郎が。
The ranks of the wealthy included quite a number of extremely short-tempered individuals. Having learned as much from painful experience, the receptionist immediately thought of the little card he always carried with him, which described the proper mindset of a customer service professional. Think of yourselves as a herbivore and your customers as hungry carnivores. As long as you keep that up, you'll never lose your temper with them. You've been working this job for 3 years now. You knew how to heave quite little sighs without his customers noticing. A few taps on the keyboard hidden inside the front desk pulled out the reservation list. Sure enough, there was a luxury suite reserved in the name of Irisu Kyoka, and a blinking red light indicating that she was a VIP client.
Iris-sama, 大変お待たせいたしました。ただいまお部屋へご案内させていただきます。
Plus, also another thing that this one did get wrong. If this is a world-class chain of hotel, they're at least minimum 3-star. If they have a VIP client, a VIP client like Irisu Kyoka showing up, they should be expectant to receive that client like right away. In my personal opinion, that is normal. They're like, this is the check-in date. Granted, you could be like, oh, but she's a kid. Yeah, understandable. But the moment she says her name, you should recognize it right away. But oh, that's the VIP client for today. I apologize, ma'am. Kind of thing, The man very nearly snorted with laughter at this attempt at pronouncing the word acceptable. He managed to disguise his amusement by quickly turning away to call for a porter. Hoping to quickly escort this foul-mouthed young princess out of the lobby, Porter hurried over and reached for her luggage. There was honestly no telling what was going to set this woman off. Everyone on the staff had been trained to treat the most troublesome customers with particular care. Right now, they just wanted to get her into her room and out of their hair. I don't need you to describe the room. Don't show me the emergency exits. Just tell me where they are. I'm Irisu Kyoka. After agonizing 10 minutes that Irisu Kyoka spent incessantly repeating her own name, staff finally succeeded in showing her to her room. When you don't want someone asking you lots of questions, make a nuisance of yourself until they leave you alone. That was something Makina's mother had told her when she was very young. Well, that served her well. And now everyone's gonna be like, man, this Irisu Kyoka is such a bitch. Makina despised her mother intensely. When it came to manipulating other people, she had to admit her advice had some merit. After striding into her suite, she immediately kicked out the clerk who was attempting to describe it to her, and then began consuming the small basket of fruit they left on the top of the table as a welcoming gift. No! Oh, no! It wasn't as if she was particularly hungry. The room's central table had plenty of surface area. It was solid enough to support a person's weight without shaking. She intended to bring it over to the window and use it as a sniping platform, so you need to clear off the objects sitting on top of it. She reached out to remove them, however. Her hands reflexively brought the fruit to her mouth. Her cheeks bulging with pleasantly tart strawberries, Makina grabbed hold of the table. She brought it nearly as heavy as she was and dragged it over to the window. After placing her rifle case on top of it, she retrieved her laptop from her bag. Program Shimohei-chan, which quickly calculated the optimal trajectory to a given target based on measurements received from satellites, had recently updated to version 6.04, which enabled it to connect directly to the Thanatos system. The distance to Makina's target would be about 900 meters. Instructor, the legendary sniper, Kazumi Yuji, could probably have landed a shot like this while leafing through a girly mag. Yeah, knowing Yuji, he probably could, but he wouldn't be leafing through that girly mag. However, Makina had never fired a real rifle before, much less experienced actual combat. For her, a long-range shot like this was an unprecedented challenge. Snapping open the fasteners on her case, she spread it out flat on the table and began removing parts of her rifle from their Velcro restraints. First, she connected the lower receiver to the bipod assembly, allowing it to stand on its own. Next, she placed the semi-auto unit, which contained both the bolt and carrier mechanisms, onto the mounting rail, and covered up with the upper receiver, which she fixed in place with a mid-lock pin. All very simple. She didn't know how much faith she could put in the gun some old man from a racket shop had put together. But once it was fully assembled, she didn't notice any unpleasant rattlings. Her trigger felt nice and tight against her finger. When she pulled on the cocking handle to test out the action, the spring in the impact bumper made a grinding sound that suggested it was a bit on the cheap side. The level of resistance itself felt pretty much perfect. Okay, it's rather that Makina has the acting of an A-list star that she got in. Yeah, that also helped. Makina did like the color pink, and many of her personal possessions were some shade of it. But when it came to weapons, wasn't a flashy, high-visibility design basically a handicap? But when it comes to being a customer, especially obnoxious ones, 9 times out of 10, if you're really obnoxious, you're either get one of two treatments. you're either going to be asked to leave, or they're going to give you what you want. And it depends on the profile of customer you are. If you're the type of person who complains about like $2 to $1, like pennies and quarters and stuff, like, you know, people are gonna treat you like a penny pincher and like treat you like shit. But if you're like the type of person who goes, hey, I rented out like 3 rooms in this hotel, and you treat me, and they're treating me like that, they're gonna treat you a lot better, because they're like, oh, that's money in our pockets that this person's complaining about loudly in our lobby with other customers. You know, that's what it comes down to. It's pretty easy to manipulate customer service in that regard. With that said, I would suggest you don't do it the way Machina did. Good luck doing that. Kazumi Yuji would probably have claimed you're better off with a rifle that looks like a toy, since intimidating weapons make it hard to relax and pull the trigger gently. This really did look like a gun made for a moron. Then again, you might make the case that Machina was, in fact, a moron. She couldn't have denied it with any real confidence. It's a good question. Inexperience gives rise to uncertainty. According to what Yuji had taught her, the maximum range at which you could rely on the power of your rifle and the sophistication of your ammunition was about 2,000 meters. Once you got past that point, your level of experience and dumb luck inevitably played a large role. Fortunately, she'd be firing at well below 2,000 meters. She had top-notch equipment to compensate for her flaws as a sniper, but she wasn't naive enough to assume that meant everything would go smoothly. When it came to precision sniping at long range, your instincts and training were naturally very important. You also need to know exactly how to use the specific gear you've been given. The slightest misalignment of high magnification scope will throw your shots off course. A simple spike in the temperature could cause a divergence of anywhere from a few centimeters to several meters. Apart from the wind, you had to be aware of changes in atmospheric pressure, the density of dust particles in the air, the rotational speed of your bullet, and the exact bearing it would follow. Even the combustion speed of the powder in your bullet needs to be incorporated in your calculations. No matter how thoroughly you inputted all this information, it was still very rare for your bullets to land exactly where you anticipated they would. At a distance of 1,000 meters from your target, typically off by a few meters at first. That looks like a very cool sniper rifle, though. But Machina wasn't a pro, and according to Kazumi Yuji, that meant she had to rely on the power of her equipment. Settling her non-assembled rifle on the table, she placed an optical scope equipped with an internal electronic damper and precision on top of it, and attached it via mount ring to the rail system, carefully adjusting the level of torque. Once it was fixed in place, she used a custom jig the old geezer from the racket store had given her to verify that she attached it at the correct angle and position. This was a guarantee it performed just as he intended it to. It was tempting to complain about how stingy Thanatos had been, but that wouldn't have been remotely fair. Every one of these cartridges was essentially handmade. Both the rapid combustion powder and the hard primer inside them had been specially formulated based on the anticipated range. The bullets themselves had been polished, then blasted with fine tungsten to disulfide particles, forming a special coating that would be fused to the surface of the projectile by the heat generated when they were fired. What's more, the old man had actually cut subtle grooves into them that aligned perfectly with the rifling of the barrel, and these would supposedly generate additional propulsive power from the very air the bullets would be cutting through in flight. In short, every single one of these rounds was a tiny lethal work of art. The written instructions the old man had handed her strongly emphasized that she wasn't to touch the bullets with her bare hands, and every one of them had been packed in an individual plastic bag filled with inert gas in order to prevent oxidation. Pretty cocky looking Machina for once, right? Rather than racking her brain over the task at hand, she would have preferred to fire off a few shots to get a feel for the gun, but that obviously wasn't an option. She had no choice but to wait until the last possible moment to test fire and zero her rifle. With the weapon now fully assembled, she fixed it in position on the bipod. She left the bullets sealed away in their airtight packages. She wasn't planning on loading them into the magazine anyway, why risk contact between the rim of the chamber and the tip of the rounds? This thing wasn't a real semi-automatic, might as well load every round manually. Oh, she's going. For now, she wanted to focus on the task at hand. All that was left was an inspection of the target area and then the installation of her monitoring equipment. Opening up her backpack, she packed in a few wind gauges, which would beam their data to her via satellite, then add an old-fashioned analog tool, a roll of plastic packing rope. There were 2 potential lines of fire to account for. It wasn't practical to cover both with nothing but expensive digital devices. She decided to work around that by leaving lengths of rope tied at halfway points between her gauges. That way, she could at least look through her scope to get a visual sense in the way of the wind was moving. Once everything was in place, she spent the rest of the afternoon leisurely riding her bike around the target areas. Actually moving around the given area gives you a very different feel for it than peering at it through the scope of your rifle, and that difference in perception can seriously affect your accuracy. Maki had learned that much while simulating ultra-long range precision sniping with her air rifle under the instructor of Kazumi Yuji. When you want to hit a target no bigger than a speck, even when observed through a high magnification lens, this sort of simple, scrupulous preparation was the single most crucial factor in ensuring your success. It's true. Important to know. Back in the day, motor vehicles came equipped with a warning system that would play a sound when the driver exceeded set speed. Sometimes this would be a tiny electronic beep, a tinny electronic beep, or a rhythmical chime. I think that was misspelled. It's supposed to be tiny. And a few even tinkle cheerfully at you, like the bell carried by a Buddhist pilgrim. Those alarms are mostly a thing of the past. The car Amanda was presently driving, however, an organic warning system, one that produced rather less pleasant sounds. That's this one's Michiru! It's named the Matsushima Speed Alarm System. This was an extremely sensitive system, prone to activating at the drop of a hat. For example, say the car in front of you turned at an intersection. Simply pushing down the accelerator to close the opening space on the road would be enough to trigger the alarm. No matter if you were merely speeding up to keep pace with the rest of traffic, you'd still be treated as to a nauseating chorus of "Oh, blah, blah." The only way for Amina to avoid this was to position her vehicle with the utmost care, avoiding any sudden movements or shifts in momentum. It was, to be perfectly honest, a real pain in the butt.
まあね、一度でも人の運転する車でひどい目に遭うとそうなるのはわかるし、その原因を作ったのは私なんだけどさ。この車なら荷台から落ちることもないんだし。こうして普通に運転しててもケポケポしちゃうのはどうにかならないかな。
I want to see the car too.
無理。なんかこう頭で分かってても体が逃げ出そうとするのよ。
That's what PTSD does, Amane.
つうかさ、あの荷台から落ちた時だって他の荷物は落ちなかったのに、なんであんただけ落ちたの？
わかんない。荷台の上に立ってたからかも。前を見てたらふっと気が抜けたっていうか。
Oh, she fell out of the back of the truck?
ああ、なんかわかる気がする。
She's probably gotten drunk on the speed. It doesn't really happen when you're inside a car, but if you spend too long tearing down the highway on a motorcycle or something, you can do funny things to your brain. When you move at a high speed for an extended period of time, the road ahead starts to grow strangely vivid. It almost feels like the world around you is frozen in place. It might sound ridiculous, but Amina had personally experienced a powerful urge to step off her fast-moving motorcycle onto the road.
なんだろう、子供が回ってる扇風機に指を突っ込みたくなるような感覚？そういうの何現象っていうのかな？
It's very weird because I don't know.
知らないわよ。とにかく安全運転でお願い。
The best way to prevent car sickness is usually to look in the same direction as the driver, allowing your body to anticipate the movements of the car. But in Michiru's case, it just didn't seem to be doing much good whatsoever. Amina didn't have much choice but to move along slowly and carefully, trying to minimize any kind of shaky motion. Delicately manipulating the brake and throttle, she tried to keep the car's weight evenly distributed across all 4 of its tires, pretending that she was winding her way up an icy mountain road covered in salt. The drive took a bit longer than it otherwise would have, but eventually Higashi Nagasaki Station came into view. That was where she'd be dropping off Michiru.
もうすぐ着くよ。っていうか、あんた一人で大丈夫なの？
何が？
何がって、あんたこれからユージの会社の人に会ってユージの荷物を受け取ってくるんだよ。よく知りもしない相手だし、一人で怖くないの？
She's like, you want to know how many business deals I did, Amine?
まあ全く不安がないわけじゃないけど、よく知らない人と取引するのにはもういい加減慣れたわよ。
I know, right?
少なくとも日本語は通じる相手だろうし。
Hello.
あんたってさ、なんかそういうとこすごいよね。 この前の牛連れたおばちゃんとかさ、知らない人に平気で声かけるし。
Hey, that's true actually. Michiru's pretty like not like shy of walking up to people.
私はね、嫌われる前に嫌われるようなツンデレはしないのよ。常に相手より先に嫌うには先制攻撃よ。わかる？
Is that what it means to be tsundere?
全然わかんないけど、なんだか強気だなとは思う。
Basically means take the initiative, okay?
つまりそういうことよ。
ごめん、本気でわかんない。あんたってさ、自分の頭の中で出た結論を人に伝えるの本当にへったくそだよね。
That's probably true.
そいはね、だからうまくいくんだってタナトスさんは言ってたんだからね。
まあわかるけどさ。
Taken to a certain extreme, stupidity can become charming, in the way you find a dim-witted pet adorable. Of course, the whole idea of pets was a uniquely human concept, wasn't it? Perhaps it was something in the genes handed down from the days when our ancestors lived in trees that quietly compelled us to protect creatures like Matsumi and Michiru. Pondering these matters quietly, Amane watched as her friend climbed out of the car, bid her a cheerful goodbye, and waddled off bow-legged down the street.
さて、それじゃあ私も車受け取りに行ってくるか。
Retrieving the map she made herself last night, Amane tossed down to the passenger seat Michiru had been occupying and glanced over at it. Her new vehicle was waiting in the parking garage for a shopping center in Itabashi. She knew the place, it had a large popular movie theater inside. In the period just after the disaster, when every moment she spent at school had been pure torture, she once skipped a day and watched a movie there. Fortunately enough, she was already quite tall by then, so she didn't really look like a truant student in her everyday clothes. What was the movie I saw again? The title wasn't coming to mind. She didn't remember it was a Western film starring some famous actor in the role of a street racer. Oh, she watched The Fast and the Furious! At first, she hadn't even been planning to see a movie. She got on a train and let it carry her along. After a bit of aimless wandering, she happened to find herself in front of a theater. There wasn't anything she particularly wanted to see, but after heading inside to kill some time, she soon found herself buying a ticket for a car movie anyway. Somehow or other, automobiles always seem to find their way into life. I wonder what this new car is going to be like. After they rescue Yuji, it would need to carry him, Amane, Michiru, Makina, and Sachi, so at the very least, he needed space for 5 people. Obviously, that meant it wouldn't be a 2-seater sports car. From what Thanatos had said, they were dealing with armed soldiers. There was a possibility they come under attack. Maybe it would be a thick, sturdy vehicle? Like a Hummer? Like a Humvee? Then again, she described it as lightweight, so a clunky hunk of armor on wheels didn't seem particularly likely. Thanatos claimed to have taken her preferences into account, but who knew what that even meant. In any case, once Amane switched over to the new vehicle, she had to say goodbye to the lovely Cross 4 she was currently driving. That was a bit of a bummer. They hadn't been together for very long, but this car had served her well. It was a pity she didn't have time to give him a courtesy run through the car wash. Sorry about that, and thanks for everything. Tapping her fingers fondly on the steering wheel, Hamina made sure to express her gratitude as well as her regrets. And before it's a tank, there's like a big fucking tank. It's like, ah! Here's Riga rolling over the armored cars, like, alright, we're gonna save Yuji, guys! Not long after passing the local train station, the shopping center came into view. Approaching the parking garage, Amane poked her car nose up to the gate, rolled down to her window, and grabbed a ticket from the machine. Once inside, she guided the Cross 4 up the spiraling slope, ignoring the grinding of the mechanical LSD. After reaching the 5th level, she pulled it neatly in the first available space. All she had to do was leave with the key in the ignition. Someone had been hired to pick it up and take it back to the rental company. While it felt a bit awkward to leave the car sitting there unlocked, her top priority at the moment was finding the parking spot marked number 12. Presumably the new car had also been left unlocked for her. She was a bit nervous someone might have stolen it. The spot Amina had parked in was 28. After orienting herself, she headed down towards the lower numbers. She walked past spot 25 and 24. The Thanatos phone in her pocket suddenly began to vibrate. When Amina retrieved her phone from her pocket, she found a message reading register vehicle within 20 meters on the screen with a button below it marked identify. Couldn't hurt to give it a try, right? When she tapped the button, something nearby let out a cute little beep beep. Looking in the direction of the sound, she noticed a vehicle about 20 meters away that was flashing its hazard lights to inform her of its location. It'd be funny if it was just like a pickup truck. The answer is described as light, fast, and easy to drive. To be sure, this met all those criteria. Nonetheless, the vehicle sitting demurely in spot 12 was basically the last thing Amina expected to find there. What's so special about this thing? Walking up to her new ride, Amina began a thorough inspection. First, she circled around it and observed it from the multiple angles. After a bit of prodding, tapping, and pushing at the frame, squatted down to get a better look at the tires. At the very least, this wasn't a standard model. That much was clear enough, but she couldn't help feeling more than a little let down. In fact, her current emotions were perhaps best expressed by the phrase, "What the heck, man?" So there wasn't much point complaining. No matter what kind of car she was given, Amina's job was to drive it according to her orders. Sliding into the driver's seat, she breathed in a lungful of new car smell, brought her hands to the wheel. For some reason, it felt as comfortable as slipping her feet into a familiar pair of shoes. With the twisted key already sitting in the ignition, she tried starting the car. After a momentary pause, it rumbled to life. From the sound of things, it had a high compression engine. Grumbling and grouchy sound it emitted while idling was a bit like the growl of a lion. Amina's ears expressed a certain fierceness. She didn't trust the aftermarket temperature gauges, but they were good enough for rough estimates. Watching as the needle rose slowly up towards 65 degrees, she gently shifted into first gear and released the clutch. There were more torque in the lower gears than she expected. It may increase the engine's displacement. She slowly eased the car forward. All the displeasure she felt only moments before melted away in an instant. In its place, excitement bubbled up irrepressibly within her. It was immediately obvious. This really was a special vehicle. Struggling with the temptation to find some place where she could play around with her shiny new toy, I'm going to turn the wheel and set off towards the rendezvous with Michiru. Interesting. Now then, as for Komi Nisachi. Dressed as always in an impeccably neat maid uniform, she was cheerfully dragging a cart that held an enormous travel bag up and down the aisles of a hardware store. At a glance, one might assume that she was a servant from some mansion who'd been given leave and was now busy buying the things she needed for her journey back home. Even before the bus that crashed? Oh my god, hope not. But the items she was purchasing were far too peculiar. Butane gas for use with the camp stoves, large quantities of aluminum foil, boxes of bath salts, aluminum plumbing pipes, bags of chemical fertilizer from the gardening department, 3 large plastic boxes. The list went on and on. After grabbing item after item off the shelves seemingly at random, she finished up by seizing the store's pharmacy entire supply of bandages and disinfectant. That been the ultimate troll? Yeah, it'd be funny if Thanatos just trolled everybody. Yeah, I know it's not the bus, because Amina would have reacted a lot more negatively if it was. With preparations of this sort, it always felt like something was missing, no matter how much you bought. But if you went overboard, transporting and storing your gear would become a major issue. The key was identifying the things you absolutely needed, then packing them as compactly as possible. That meant leaving out anything you could easily obtain on-site or replace with a substitute of some kind. Even medical supplies were no exception. While it might sound extreme, as long as you had painkillers for internal injuries and disinfectant for external wounds, you figure out the rest as you went. After carefully reviewing everything she bought at the hardware store, Sachi proceeded to divide the supplies among her 3 plastic boxes. The plan was to create 3 emergency bug-out boxes to be placed in various locations. She would leave one of them among the bushes in a small park just across the road. Once the rest of her gear was hidden along their anticipated escape routes, Sachi herself would be able to travel rather lightly. And should she ever need to resupply, she could do so quickly and easily by retrieving her caches from their hiding spots. This was the Project Chipmunk to which Thanatos had referred. The boxes themselves didn't take long to pack. All she had to do now was hide them in various crucial locations, and stage 1 of the plan would be complete. First up was the little park. There were a number of tiny green spaces like this one in the neighborhood, often serving no apparent purpose. Many of them actually contained storage sets full of firefighter gear or emergency equipment for use in a disaster. Some even hid entrances to underground facilities of some sorts. But for the most part, they weren't designed as recreational spaces for children or families. That meant the box she left here almost certainly wouldn't be discovered unless some degenerate who enjoyed skulking around the bushes happened to stumble across it. The remaining boxes, she'd leave one in the coin-operated lockers of a public baseball stadium near their anticipated escape route. Then pack the other in a cardboard box and have a luggage shipping service send it to the convenient located office. That made 2 standard resupply caches she could easily retrieve herself, and 1 backup cache with the logistics in the hand of a shipping company. She'd have 3 different cards she could play, depending on how the situation developed. Preparing for the unforeseen was a task that involved dwelling endlessly on worst-case scenarios. Having completed her initial preparations, Sachi had paused briefly to consider her next move, and at that moment a sudden wave of anxiety and fear had washed over her. Inevitably, her mind had returned to the most basic question: were they really going to pull this off? Was this really going to work? It wasn't that she had any complaints regarding Project Chipmunk. She was second-guessing her own choices, asking herself if enlisting in this war had been the correct decision. Her faith in this mission was all she had to stand on. As she labored away alone, that faith had begun to tremble beneath her feet. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the representation of Saber in the original Fate Stay Night visual novel, where she doubted her abilities as King Arthur in, you know, for ancient Camelot or mythical Camelot, if you look at it. You know, the idea of like, you know, you're the best at your job, but you still doubt it. Because like Sachi is definitely the best suited for what she's doing. The actual retrieval of Kazami Yuji is definitely best left in her hands. But the fact that she doubts it even at this point is very interesting. Why? I'm making a comparison to another visual novel I played like 10 years ago. What's wrong with that? She had to carry out her duties all alone. That solitude gave rise to fear. But she knew what to do. Komi and Sachi knew exactly what to do. When you're about to fall apart, go ahead and eat your lunch. Wait, what? So those are the words of Suwa Amane, Warrant Officer First Class. Revision all the Miyama Women's Quarters with meals. She had spoken them this morning. Spoken of them this morning while handing Sachi her box lunch. Oh, she spoke those words. Okay, that's when she spoke in them. Okay. When your heart falters, take a moment to nourish your body. While you fill your empty belly, think of the comrades you've shared meals with. Remember the faces you've seen around your table. As she stood anxiously hugging the shoulders of her maid uniform, Sachi gazed her had found its way to the fighter pilot lunch that Amane had packed for her. Her lunch! Reaching out to the box, Sachi retrieved a long sushi roll and took a big bite. Within a moment, she could feel the anxiety in her heart beginning to melt away. I thought it was a maki. Oh. When she closed her eyes, she could see her friends gathered around the dinner table. The image was vivid and clear. What sort of expressions did they have on their faces? They were smiling. Every last one of them. Even Yumiko. It was the very picture of a harmonious family. This was why Sachi had chosen to fight. She'd do anything for these people, for a chance to bask in their warmth again. The flavor of cucumber, dried gourd, tuna and mayonnaise, natto, and salmon spread slowly across her tongue. It's a familiar taste of Warrant Officer Suo's cooking. I like she's referring to her as Warrant Officer Suo instead of Amane, but okay. Very, 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 like, you could tell, like, the personality course of each character, because the way they think, even. Making quick work of the sushi, Sachi washed it all down with a pleasantly fizzy cider. By the time she finished, not even the slightest tinge of fear remained in her heart. Just ask Ahmed to make you another lunch, okay? Because you can't last without food for that long. So long as you can remember the smiles of your comrades, you can keep fighting. With that conviction burning in her breast, Sachi marched off toward her post with a spring in her step. Meanwhile, in Houseboat. And as many of her field agents were struggling with their doubts and fears, Sakagi Yumiko was sitting alone in the houseboat with her headphones on, listening to music on her laptop. Everyone's preparing for combat. This was an absolutely crucial period of time. For that very reason, it was important to rest when she had the chance. The gentle melodies flowing into her ears were immensely soothing. When she focused on them, it almost felt as if the chaotic events that would soon be unfolding were already a thing of the past. But just as Yumiko was starting to relax in earnest, she noticed a peculiar sound underneath the music. It almost felt like a quiet voice was whispering something to her through her headphones. Was it just her imagination? She thought she could hear someone resentfully speaking the word senpai. She heard the absurd old urban legends about cursed CDs and such. Surely there had to be some other explanation. During her years, she tried to focus on the peculiar sound. And Yumiko died. The end. Letting out a shriek that she wouldn't have believed herself capable of producing, Yumiko tumbled backwards out of the chair she'd been seated in. Tangled up in a jumble of intense emotions, Yumiko struggled just to speak coherently. But by the time she forced out the phrase, "Good Lord," her mind had finally managed to resume something resembling functional activity. Lifting herself up off the floor where she'd been lying on her back like a wrestler who'd been hit with a German suplex, she hurriedly pulled her skirt back into place. What? Being called plain and boring all the time had started to get under her skin. Perhaps it was a bit silly to start off changing her underwear, but no one had the right to mock her for trying. Yeah, you wear whatever underwear you want, Yumiko. That's fine. Clearing her throat, she tried to push these thoughts from her mind.
それは2週間前にネットで買ったパンツ？
パンツの話じゃないわよ。何か用事があったから声をかけたんでしょ。
Well, I want to speak about your panties.
プランの最終確認よ。
Then why in God's name hadn't she said so in the first place?
現時刻の段階でプランの変更はなし。ただし、プランの追加があります。
Oh, additions.
追加？
余計な仕事が増えるという意味ではありません。
Like a few more people in the ranks?
これまで通りの最適なプラン A、ベストを捨てたベターなプラン B の他に、さらに条件の厳しくなったプラン C、さらには徐々に配線の色が濃くなるプラン D、いろいろなものを諦めて最優先事項のみに集中するプラン E。
So you probably want the plan C, right?
そして最悪とも言えるプラン F まで、とりあえず6通りのプランを用意しました。
But there's 10 brains of Thanatos.
まあ、でしょうね。人員、機材、時間を考慮すれば、それこそいくらでもプランは立てられる。
中には誰かを犠牲にしてでも目的を達するプランもあります。他の子たちには説明できません。時には最善どころか次次善を捨てるケースもあるでしょう。
Yeah, that would suck.
犠牲を出す前にミッションフェイルドのタイミングを決めるのはあなたに一任します。つまり作戦は立案するし、状況に応じてミッションのアペンド指示は出しますが、それに従うか否かはあなたの判断に委ねますということです。
あなたはアナライザーでありアドバイザーであって命令はしないということね。
That makes sense.
その通り。所詮私は機械です。機械の出す答えというのはいつだってその時はそれが最善だったという結果になりがちです。多くの意味を含めた遺恨を残さないという意味でも、最後は現場の人間の判断に委ねるのが一番間違いがありません。
Interesting.
遠回しな説明はいらないわ。結局はどんな結果になろうと現場指揮官の私の責任ということでしょ。今朝みんなを送り出す時に訓示をしたのだけれど、私も同じようなことをみんなに言ったわ。
Although the way Makina summarized it.
イリスさんに松島さん、スオーさんに小峰さん、それぞれが自己の責任において行動しているように、私は私の責任で指令を出します。あなたのせいにはしないから安心して。
There you go.
そう。では新しく追加されたプラン C から F までの概要はあなたのパソコンに転送しておきます。
ねえ、タナトスさん、あなた途中でいなくなるの？
あら、気がついた？
は。
プランはできるだけ単純に2通りって絞ったのに、今の段階になってプランを増やして、しかもそれを私に説明しておく必要って、あなたがいなくなる以外で何かある？
Something's gonna happen, right?
こうしてわざわざ連絡してきて、タナトスシステムには依存するな、全ては自己判断だと釘を刺したのもあなたがいなくなるからでしょ。
Yumiko is a smart cookie, guys.
その可能性もあるというだけの話よ。必ずいなくなると決まっているわけではないわ。忘れていないとは思うけれど、今こうしてあなたと会話している私はタナトスシステムの一部です。いつ私の行動がメインシステムに発見されて停止させられるか分かりません。
Well, then wouldn't they know all the plans already?
待って、その情報私聞いた？
どの情報？
あなたがタナトスシステムの一部だという話は聞いていたけれど、今回の行動がメインシステムの認知していない行動で発覚すれば阻止されるという話は聞いてないわよ。
国家の危機に対して美浜の学生たちを利用するなんてプロポーズが認可されるはずないじゃない。当然メインのシステムには内密だし、もし発覚すれば作戦の即時中止と私の停止命令が出ます。
There goes Katsuki.
そんな大事なことを。
別に隠すつもりはなかったし、聞かれたら答えるつもりだったわ。
Sounds like something Katsuki would say to Amane, right?
それに私がいなければ何もできないわけでもないでしょ。事実 私がいなければ何もしなかった？
That is true.
それは。
私が健在なうちは出せる情報と提案は出します。けれど私がいつまでも健在だとは思わないことと、私を信用しすぎないこと。
I like that don't trust me too much.
言った通り、電子制御に頼りすぎれば必ずミスが出ます。私にできることは情報の収集、分析、そして提案、この3つだけ。メインシステムが国家を手足とするように、サブシステムである私の手足があなたたちということ。
You know what? That brings an interesting purpose. I was aware that probably the Thanatos that spoke to Yuji is different from the Thanatos that's helping the Mihama girls. But even more than anything else, I should be more wary of the Thanatos system that's helping Yuji.
そして時には頭で考えるより体が先に動くこともある。お分かり？
And at the same time, I should also be more aware of this one because at the same time, nothing's also telling us that this isn't all a part of Thanatos' main system's plan anyway, right? You don't know who to trust.
そんなに不安そうにしなくても、私との連絡がつかなくなることを織り込んだプランも用意してあるわ。ちなみにプラン D では電車を逃走に使用するケースが考慮されているけれど、さすがの私でも信号切り替えや乗り入れは人間が操作しているからコントロールはできないわ。それと万が一タナトスシステムがヒースオスロの手に落ちたりしたような場合は、間違っても私を助けようなどとは思わないこと。
I think that sounds like that a rescue is gonna happen then.
いい？今回の作戦で切り捨てていいものがあるとすれば、それは私だけ。わかった？
スオさん、あなたを見捨てることに大反対するでしょうね。
Yeah, I'm gonna like no.
それを言いくるめるのもあなたの仕事よ。
嫌な仕事ね。
だからいいお給料がもらえるのよ、司令官って。
ソウが一番気楽だって言われてるわけが分かった気がするわ。
Fair. Meanwhile, Michiru. Hey, this place looks familiar. What's she doing? What is she doing? At the same time this conversation was taking place, Matsumi Michiru was waiting in the park where a meeting would take place, staring intently at a housewife who was walking her dog. Can't trust them housewives. The job itself was a simple errand. She just had to be in a certain place to receive certain items from a certain person. The location wasn't an issue. It was a public park with plenty of foot traffic. She probably wasn't going to get shot dead and on the spot. That said, the person she was waiting for was an employee of Yuji's company. From what she heard, it sounded like the kind of place that went out of its way to hire people with lots of skeletons in her closet. So the person she'd be meeting here almost certainly had some kind of ugliness in their past. More to the point, she was here to pick up the belongings of a wanted man from this possible dangerous person. It wasn't easy to imagine how things go wrong. It'd be funny if it was JB. Reused assets! Yeah, I know, right? The longer she spent turning these thoughts around in her mind, the more everything around her started to look suspicious. At this point, she managed to become outright paranoid.
怪しい。あの犬連れたおばちゃん怪しい。
Yeah, she's planning to rob the convenience store. Watch out.
ちょっと少しは落ち着きなさいよ。君すごい汗だよ。
You're sweating a lot.
あのおばちゃん工作員だ。犬の散歩に見せかけて私のことずっと監視してるんだ。何を根拠に？だって犬の散歩なのにあのおばちゃんずっと犬を抱っこしてる。変、絶対変。あれじゃ散歩の意味ない。
You know, Michiru, from a common sense standpoint, that's correct, but that's what people do.
まあ言いたいことはわかるけど、そういう人もいるって。
Exactly.
きっとあの手に下げたビニール袋の中にコルトを隠してるわね。
Just poop.
そんで私は少しでも隙を見せたらズドンってする気だよ。間違いない。ビニール袋の中身は犬の排泄物だと思うけどな。じゃあきっとその犬のうんちを私に投げつけて殺す気だ。
Man, getting killed by dog poop? That'd be horrible.
落ち着きなさい。確かに死にたい気持ちにはなるかもしれないけれど死にはしないから。っていうかあのおばちゃんは関係ないから。
It'd be funny if the lady came over and was like, hey,
じゃあなんでずっと私のことじっと見てるの？青い顔して冷や汗だらだら垂れ流しながらずーっと独り言をブツブツ言ってるからじゃない？
What? You mean acting like a crazy person gets people's attentions? Like you're a crazy person? Oh, BS.
そのうち通報されるわね。パトカーと救急車どっちが迎えに来るのかしら。
Usually a patrol car first.
何よそれ。あ、車が来たわ。パトカー、救急車、どっち？同じものが見えてるくせに。わかってるわよ。ちょっとボケてみただけじゃん。
Just like a joke. It's joke. Dingy white van had pulled up to the curve just outside the park. Blue letters on its side spelled out the name of a certain janitorial company. Public face of Yuji's employer. Sight of small white automobiles like this one tended to bring back some unpleasant memories from Michiru, but in any case, it seemed that the person she was waiting for had finally arrived.
どうしよう。ちょっと怖い。
Yeah, it's gonna be JB,
ど
right?
うする？私が行こうか。
It's gonna be JB or some random stranger that you're never gonna meet ever again.
いい。なんか最近頼ってばっかだったし、自分で行く。そう。じゃあ頑張って。
Got this. Got this, Michiru. Everything was going to be fine. She was, after all, a tsundere. That meant no one could resist her charms. Nothing could compete with the powers of tsundere. What? Is that how tsunderes work? Take the domestic cat, for example. It's an animal with no real redeeming features except its own cuteness. How, one might ask, had such a creature not been wiped out long ago? The answer was simple. Cats survived because they were tsunderes. Wait, what? Perhaps it was especially dignified for human beings to lower themselves to the feline's level in order to make their way through this cold, hard world. The way she saw it, her life hadn't been too bad after she chose to take her own current role. And so, Matsushima Michiru's faith was firm. The power of tsundere would see her through.
ちょっと、あんたが運びや。
おい、年上に向かってあんたとはなんだこれ。
Thanks, Ueda. Matsushima Michiru's faith was shaken. Within the first 3 seconds of this conversation, a rock-solid belief in tsundere's supremacy had given way beneath her. She was so terrified she wanted to cry. Suddenly overwhelmed by the anxiety that had been building up inside her for some time, she retreated inside her own mind, forcing her other self to take over.
行ったそばからか。
なんだ、何をブツブツ言ってやがる。
ああ、ごめんなさい。私、海外が長かったから、日本語って苦手なのよね。
まあいいさ。年下のくせに年上をあんた呼ばわりするやつは他にも心当たりがある。そういう生き方しかできないやつがいるのも分かってる。
So wait, Ueda was that guy that that gave Yuji his guns like once upon a time, right?
荷物を持ってきてくれた？
ああ、いつも通り後ろの荷室に入ってるよ。
どれがそうなの？なんだか荷物だらけでよくわからない。というか、この扉どうやって開けるの？
Yeah, I know Bob Shiro has been away for so
め
long.
んどくせえなもう。つかお前も荷物受け取りに来たなら作業服ぐらい着てこいよ。目立って仕方がねえだろうが。
私に言われたって知らないわよ。私はただここで荷物を受け取れって言われてきただけだもの。
ほら、これだよ。アルミのケースとリュックサック。
あら、ご親切にありがとう。
受け取ったらさっさとどっか行け。これ以上目立ちたくない。
何も聞かないのね。
お前が荷物受け取るのが仕事なのと同じで、俺は荷物を届けるのが仕事だ。それ以外のことは聞かないのがルールだし、聞きたくもないね。どこの誰が出したかもわからない上からの命令は、9029の荷物を指定の場所に届けろだ。それ以外はお前がどこの人間だろうが俺の知ったこっちゃない。
Wasn't there supposed to be like a code she was to give back?
そう。
というのは、まあ建前だがな。事情は大体察してる。おもちゃが必要なんだろう。
さあ、それこそ私は荷物の中身が何なのかすら知らないわ。
まあ細かいことはどうでもいい。9029にはよろしく言っといてくれ。
With that parting remark, the man climbed back into his van and drove off down the street.
よろしくだって。よろしくって言われてもな。私今の人の名前も知らないのに。
he's a weather man. Can't you read? Mitra had basically been telling the truth. She didn't know much. She probably couldn't have explained the things she didn't know particularly well. Had that man been completely on the company's side, he might have taken her into custody as a suspected accomplice of Kazumi Yuji. But they probably wouldn't have gained any accurate information from questioning her. Even if they subjected her to torture that could break a well-trained soldier, or injected her with truth serum, it wouldn't have changed a thing. Michiru just didn't understand the details of the plan, and she couldn't tell them what she didn't know. It was a slightly unnerving thought, but maybe that was part of the reason that Thanos' system chose them for this specific mission.
私みたいな生き方って辛いと思う？いいえ、随分と楽に生きてるなって思うわ。だよね。
She mumbled those words to herself in a self-deprecating tone of voice. Michiru hefted Yuji's surprisingly heavy rucksack onto her back and lifted up the hefty aluminum case. The handle dug sharply into her fingers. What the hell's inside this thing anyway? She was a bit curious, but it probably wasn't the best idea to open it up. Odds were there was some kind of gun in there, like a cult or whatever. Not that she knew anything about that stuff, which is why she thought it was a cult revolver, right? How am I going to explain this if I run into a policeman or something? Trying her best not to think about it, she set off for the place where she'd be meeting with Amane. And literally got accosted by the police right there. The rendezvous point was in the same ward and hadn't looked that far away on the map. Michiru only managed to maintain a normal pace for the first 10 minutes or so. The main problem was the sheer weight of this aluminum case. When she held it on one hand, the handle would bite painfully into her ears. Her whole arm would eventually go numb. Into her fingers, whoops. I say ears. Ignore me. But when she tried to hold it in both hands, it was almost impossible to walk without constantly banging her legs into the thing. The best way was to periodically shift it from one hand to the other. For 15 minutes of this, she found herself putting the case down to take a breather after every 10 steps or so. And when she started to feel faint because of all the sweat she was shedding, she had to pause to buy herself a drink from a vending machine. Just as she was starting to reach the very limits of her rather limited endurance, her eyes found a familiar pair of oversized breasts waiting in the distance. She cheered up with sincere joy of a traveler who found their way to an oasis.
重かった。お疲れ。どう？荷物無事に受け取れた？ああ、なんか思ってたより簡単に受け取れたけど、ここまで運んでくるのが一番大変だった。つか、ユージのバカはよくこんなものを持って歩くわね。まあ、ユージの場合、40キロぐらいの荷物を背負って、山の中を20キロぐらい歩くのが仕事だからね。
Sounds like something you do even with Asuka, right?
思ったけど、軍人って絶対に魔女だよね。
Oh, please don't say that.
いうか、そっちはどうなの？車は受け取ってきたの？ああ、うん。
It's like, you're not gonna like this. It's a pickup truck. You're gonna fall off again.
特捜車ってどんな車？まさか戦車みたいなやつ？どこに止めたの？いや、普通にあんたの後ろに止まってるじゃん。それだよ。
Oh my god, I want to see this vehicle.
え？後ろってこれのこと？うん、そう。
To be sure, there was a motor vehicle parked on the street behind Michiru. Its design was rather advanced in its own way, but to her eyes it seemed as ominous and evil as a cursed artifact unearthed from some ancient tome. She's sweating again. It had nothing to do with the exercise she just endured.
もう一度聞くね。本当にこれなの？
It's a pickup truck, isn't it? It's like the one she fell out of, right?
だって他にないでしょ?
Like the school one, right? With a smile that seemed oddly sinister, Amane held up a leather keychain with the manufacturer's logo and let the keys jingle against each other. Hold on a second. Am I actually crying right now?
とりあえず荷物車の中に置いちゃいなよ。少し遅くなっちゃったけど、お昼のお弁当。
It's totally it, right? Mitra had almost said something, but she chose to swallow her words instead. They traveled slowly down her throat, along with a wad of spit that felt like a rock. Lunch, yes. Sounded like a good idea. While she had tasty food in her mouth, at least she could be happy. She could forget all about the bad things. By the time she finished, perhaps she'd be ready to face the prospect of getting into this thing. Please, Lunchbox, give me courage. That silent earnest entreaty, Matsumi Michiru began to eat. Oh man, it's 1 o'clock. Wars are fought by human beings. And with that, we know wars are fought by human beings. And we will fight that war next week. Oh, I am so looking forward to this. I'm so looking forward to seeing everything unfold. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Oh, man. All right, but this is it for now, guys. I'm going to save it here. We're going to call the live stream. It was a little bit longer. But you know what? There was more stuff to see. It was nice seeing everybody. It was nice seeing the different factions all maybe start. Everything is coming together. Everything is going to coming together, and I enjoy that. So for now, this has been animefanrk2k. Thank you very much for watching tonight's Monday Night Livestream. I'll see you next week. Same time, same channel for another Monday Night Livestream here on the YouTubes of the Eden of Grisaia. See you guys on Twitch for the rest of this week. Peace.